So that should bring us up to session number 40 if I'd actually updated it properly on the thing. So,
Oh man, you did this last week at Pathfinder as well.
yeah, hey, at least it's the right game this time.
That is true.
So let me check to make sure I'm on the right game. Yeah, I am on the right game. Sometimes I update the wrong game and it's like, oh, yeah, even worse.
Hello, my name is Adam.
Yes, I have done that in the past. And some people aren't here today, so I'm going to move them to not here today. The things I should have done earlier but didn't.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Until he comes here, he can be sitting down there.
Mark's not people anyway.
I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that later. Okay, so today at the table we have David.
Ah, hello. I'm David. I play Plumman, who is an Ethangarian barbarian, awfully fond of horses, and he has 3 horses, one of which is named Regem, who is actually intelligent, which is a bit scary now. Yeah.
And then we have Stefan.
Hello. I'm playing Rhea, a Eladrin sorcerer who is currently in Spring Element. And that means I'm freaking the crap out of my fellow compatriots. And with kindness. So yes, it's been an interesting thing so far.
It's
That
creepy.
has been fun. And then we also have Grace at the table.
I am playing Little Miss. She is a 4'8" albino with purple eyes, so she kind of stands out when she's not surrounded by tall people anyway. She is a sorcerer. She's loosely affiliated with a pirate ship and is currently on shore leave and has been for some time under the employ of Rhea, who has promised adventure.
And then left you alone for a while.
Yeah, that's adventure.
And when you showed up, said was going to dock your pay for the time you were away for.
It's alright, I still have those 100 old Laetian gold coins that I pocketed.
Yep.
I'm not worried.
Yes, you've got more fortune than the rest of the party in your pocket.
Did somebody say stabby? I mean...
Oh, and I suppose the other thing that's very relevant to her is she is a follower of Koritiku, who is the
Trickster god.
Irendi trickster god, who is all about cleverness and guile and learning wisdom through tricks and jokes and fun and stealth and things.
So make people understand that fun and pranks actually help you learn instead of punish you.
Yep.
Okay. And online today we have Jeremy.
Yes, good evening. This evening I'm playing Dimitri Dimitrov, Treldardan, or native Treldardan, who is always out to learn more about the world and to help others and educate them in doing so.
That's not what he is at all. He's just an asshole.
Well, he's very good at telling people what they should be doing to help themselves. Whether they want to hear it or not.
Yep.
And he's always got the right answer, obviously.
Obviously.
Well, no one's been able to butt in to tell you otherwise.
Oh, we will when it's necessary.
Okay, so last session we had it. You were continuing the quest to find out what happened to the 2 goblin princes that went missing. They were supposed to be swapping over princes as part of a pact between Galantry and the Broken Lands to keep the goblins at bay and to stop the goblins rampaging the countryside all around. So Galantry had promised to put one of the princes up in one of their diplomatic corps for a year, while the other one was basically away. So they keep swapping them over. And during the swap over, they both went missing.
Diplomatic immunity.
As the diplomatic envoy who was with them.
Yeah, and then we found that cave, and then turns out they looked like they busted it up and did a whole bunch of bad stuff.
Yes. Then you found the shepherd with the goblin sheep.
What shepherd?
There was a goblin shepherdess looking after sheep. The sheep were busily eating grass and small rodents. And with the mention of small rodents, people were noticing that it actually has sharp teeth and claws instead of hooves.
Right.
And she said the sheep were made from real goblins. Failed goblins.
Right. That's not disturbing
Yeah,
at
she
all.
was a surprisingly talkative and even more surprisingly well educated.
Yeah. And what was the weird thing with the brain bug and that other the druid?
Yes, and you also had an owl talk to your Ethingarian who says he's never going to speak with animals again.
That's true.
Because he got a telling off to by the owl.
Yep.
Who was dressing him down for his shortfalls.
Mm-hmm.
As it turns out, the owl might actually have been a druid stuck in wild shape.
Right.
And was far older than he was.
Yep. He was a bit of a dick, but I don't like being a translator.
Yeah, so you were mistranslating some of it.
Yeah.
But he had been there for a while, so he knew quite a bit about the monastery that we'd come across when we were at the two goblins, and in cahoots with the Galantrian noble woman, who ambassador or someone who'd gone with them.
Yep.
To dig up the remains of the brethren.
Okay, and so you went in and investigated the place. And as you were going into the monastery and investigating, let me just make sure I've got it right here. Oh yeah, you did find a one of the guardsmen from the caravan just before he died.
Yep.
And in the horrible way he died was disturbing as well.
Because no one tried to save him, they just got to listen to what he said to say first.
Yep.
We were forced to not save him. I think it was Martin sick of keeping track of more NPCs.
Oh no, I'm more than happy to have lots of NPCs.
Mm-hmm.
The story actually had him die.
Yep. Nothing you can do.
Well, technically you could have, but none of you were powerful enough to do so.
It's fine.
No foreshadowing there at all.
Nope.
But yes, but between him and the owl, we found out that yes, that the goblin princes had potentially found these brethren that were apparently old ancestors, but they may not have got entirely what they bargained for, because I think they came back changed.
Yep. And more powerful.
Did we go down into the thing?
And you stopped last session at the hole.
Yeah.
And you're talking about going down into the cavern.
Phrasing.
You could see a creature down there. Dead, but it was big.
Seems like a fantastic place to hide an artifact while magic isn't working. Yep.
So before we do go any further, Emrys, while sending his apologies, also said if we as a group or Martin or whatever wants to proxy his character, that's a possibility.
I was happy for someone else to proxy him.
Yeah.
I like surgery. Brr. Look at my legs.
It's interesting that the slave is not with us because he's also... His character used to be a slave and is currently going on this character arc towards freeing all slaves ever and abhorring any slavery that he comes across.
I'm just going to stick with look at my legs. Surgery.
Well, I mean, point is, and that's why he's been practicing the cutting off hands and surgery to put it back on again, because it's easier than breaking the chain.
That is true.
Well, he hasn't tried putting them back on again yet. He hasn't quite gotten that far.
Nah, not that far yet.
It's a work in progress.
Well,
one step at a time.
He's enjoying the removal aspect.
1 hand at a time.
And he'll get round to the possible putting back on, but he finds carrying around the hands far more enjoyable than giving them back. He has a supply of hands. And unlike one of the other NPCs, doesn't chew on them while travelling.
He likes prosthetics. He likes to give them
that
back
only
prosthetics.
hands could satisfy.
Yeah, that's right. He does give them back something in place of hands.
He never quite got round to doing that for Dr. Dark. He didn't live long enough.
No, Dr. Dark didn't live long enough.
Well, you didn't have enough spare prosthetics.
Well, Dr. Dark lived for maybe 20 minutes after having his first hand cut off.
Yes. But then he had another hand cut off and both feet.
In that time frame.
That's right. So
which was actually quite hilarious, as it was all a matter of bad rolls and bad choices.
Yeah. All right, so let's go into the cave. Right, cave of wonders.
So at the end of the, see if I actually have a map that's worth showing you. No, those maps aren't useful to you at this stage.
Fantastic.
Okay, so looking down, you can see that the hole stretches down about 20 feet, then spirals gently down away from the chamber. And
can we see any evidence of tracks or anything like that might confirm that yes, they did go down?
well, this isn't a natural cave. It has been bored out recently,
Yeah.
so a lot of it is broken up. And I will add in our return person, so he actually is also up here.
Hi, Mac. We're going into the cave of wonders.
Cave of Wonders.
Are we want to change sexes? No?
No.
No, not yet.
Not yet. That's good.
Well, you've arrived. It's time.
It is time, that's right. Hey, Grace.
Hi, how
You're in trouble with me. You made me watch Food Wars for a whole season.
Which is the first one.
Nice.
I'm on the second season here, damn you.
They've just released the 5th. They're all currently releasing
I'm
the
just watching
5th.
Anime Lab recently.
I stopped like the second.
No, it's so awesome. You have to watch all of it.
Oh, I've seen the first and the second, but I
So now that you've entered in, Mark, would you like to describe your character?
Playing Kiki Le Fleur, the most innocent elf cleric in the world. Daddy, yeah, that's what I can do.
She dumb.
Not really.
Naive.
She's blonde.
As far as Plummet is concerned, she dumb.
Well, as far as Domestic is concerned, someone who is a sponge ready to be filled with knowledge.
First of all, phrasing. Second of all, shut up. Goddamn elves. Surrounded by elves.
Jeremy's not an elf.
Huh?
Jeremy's not an elf.
I thought he was an elf.
No.
No, it's called Darwin.
What halfling?
Little Miss is not an elf.
There's only
Actually
one else
was.
here, plus an Lakeland.
Huh. You all look like
Maybe in
elves.
your mind, everyone's an elf.
I'm
Yeah,
not
you
an
all look
elf,
like
I'm a
elves.
human.
You all look like elves.
I don't look like an elf.
You're an albino. Shut up.
Wow.
He's not wrong.
I don't say, I'm just saying, wow.
You're about as useful as a ginger albino. What?
What, you mean pink hair and eyes?
It's alright, Kiki, you'll be fine.
Okay, so you start travelling down the hole.
What is that?
You can see occasional
Cheap
boot and scuff
diabetes.
marks
More cheap diabetes.
and a lot of slime.
Nice.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very slimy trip down.
Oh, no.
How wide is
Tail
the
out there.
tunnel?
The tunnel is about 8 feet in diameter, so you're looking at probably well, it is circular, so you're basically going to be
So
walking
it's
down
probably
So
single
this is the
file.
one that we in the tower, right?
Yeah. With the
under
dumb
the monastery.
with the dumb owl druid.
It wasn't dumb.
Plummet. They're dumb. Can they win in a fist fight? No? Okay, they're dumb.
It's okay. He just brings lightning to the fist fight.
Yeah, Plummet's not really the best to be talking about bringing things into fist fights, is he? Oops.
I know. That's why I thought I'd mention that one.
Mm.
I'm sure
Anyway.
the next person in will think exactly the same as you do in the next fist fight.
Yep. Cool. Downstairs.
Nasty Stomp's ideal on his character sheet is there is nothing great in nothing good in pretending to be something I'm not.
I know. It's funny. He's always about pretending something he's not.
I know.
Well, just because he doesn't believe there's nothing good in doing so doesn't mean he doesn't try.
He doesn't think greatly of himself the way he keeps doing that. That she's proxying him.
So technically as a group we're proxying Nasty today. So I've got his character sheet.
Yeah, I'm role playing him, and it's I look surgery and
Technically,
stupid
we're
legs.
also proxying Willie as well for Martin, who's currently away sick.
Toscobble.
Okay, gotcha.
So the two halflings are conspiring together. Always whisper in the back.
You kill him. Oh, that's right.
Sam and
They killed the other
Frodo.
Let's face it, half the game
No,
at
the other
least
two.
Nasty stumbled.
I believe you're more looking
Mary and
Pippin
Pippin.
and
Mary and Pippin.
Yeah, that's true.
Before we've
Mary.
left the
Mary,
town,
yes.
you would have stocked up on alcohol, I'm sure.
Yeah,
He
but did
did.
all the alcohol get changed to water?
It did.
Because certainly one of
When?
these damn four of the took.
When the gods went
Last-
away.
Yeah, last session.
As long
So
as he
there's
throws
no
him in next
alcohol.
time,
He is
Jeremy.
sober.
He is sober,
Yeah.
sober can be.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He's living his
Pretty good.
That's hilarious.
Does
All
that
right.
include the alcohol we had on us?
Yep.
Oh
Cool.
no. Okay.
Right. We go downstairs.
Well, no, because there's no stairs. We'll give you
I
a
thought
down
there
the
was
tunnel.
stairs.
No, well,
there a super fun happy
as you
slide?
step, it's like squish, squish, squelch, squelch, squish, squish, squelch, squelch.
Sounds like stairs to me.
Yeah, if you count the slippery slide as stairs.
Super fun happy slide.
Okay, super fun, happy slide. Give me an acrobatics roll.
No.
Are you going for that down first?
Lucky
Whether
Plumber's
you're in
leading.
front or not.
I mean, it's squishy, right?
Yeah.
Like like flesh squishy.
Yes. Well, more like slime squishy
Hmm.
and bile squishy.
Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Nah, I won't do it.
Don't you dare, or you're coming with me.
Were you going to try to light it up?
No, he's probably trying to push him down the hole.
I was going to do that, but no.
Oh no! Stop
Taste
eating
test.
things.
Oh no, don't do that.
Well, that's where he licks it and claims it as her own.
Hang on. No, but no nature, it's okay.
Okay. So what are we doing?
You were going to head down the hole.
I was talking to Jeremy.
Well, I believe we're going single file down the hole.
They were going
And
to
by
watch
the sound of
Clayman
it,
spiral
Plumman's
around.
leading, so that when he decides
How
to do the
slippery
slippery
is
slide,
it?
you have to take everyone else with it.
You're not quite sure. We're going to see how super it is when Playman does his roll for acrobatics.
Before we get there, I will attempt to stab it. Is it hard surface? Can it be stabbed for traction?
You hear a cling as your weapon steps into it.
Okay, so it's
I
just
think we're in the main cavern where the creature came up into. I think there was bile and slime around that too.
There was
Like
too,
it's-
yes.
so it's just a
it-
slippery happy fun slide.
It's remnants of the creature or the creature's passage. It's not actually the
I
creature.
seem to remember I had some bonus to athletics at some point. Acrobatics.
Control water. Some sort
Uh,
of water spell would be perfect, right? Yeah.
What? So you get Playman in front, you push water behind him, and he has a water slide going down.
hell
Didn't say.
yeah!
Didn't say it was going to be the most successful one. But
So he's at the forefront of the water and bounces on all the rocks
unfortunately, I
everywhere.
don't have those sort of spells.
Well, you do have a water person over there,
Yes.
Mr. Water Specialist. No, that's Tuesday night.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Tuesday night.
Plowman will withdraw his dagger and go on a super fun happy slide.
Okay.
/ try not to slide down. Oh, that's actually 19.
Okay. Apparently, it's not that slippery.
How steep is the tunnel?
It is steep enough that you're having to watch your step going down.
That if you're careful, there's no reason to slide.
Pretty much.
Yep, cool.
Just the first person testing the waters was the one that determined how bad it was.
Fair enough.
So you can follow Playman's footprints on the way down.
Of course, follow me. I am very, very skilled and short-footed.
Luckily, both of our halflings wear boots.
Yes. Very sure-footed.
Okay. Shortly after you go down about 20 feet, you find yourself in a large chamber coming down the side of it. It's about 100-foot high cavern. And you can see ahead of you at the bottom of the slope a rock-coloured greyish brown covered in scabs segmented giant worm. Looks like it is about 40 foot long and 8 feet in diameter, about the width of the hole we've been going down.
Is it live?
It's currently not moving. But that doesn't mean it's dead.
And you said this was in a 100-foot wide cavern, did you?
It is, yes.
So it's on the other side?
No, it's at the base of the slope you're going down.
I'm gonna regret this.
You gonna jump on it?
No.
Go poke it.
No. What is the one thing that I hated doing more than anything else last session?
Talking to it.
Mm-hmm.
This should be interesting. I sit back and cross my arms.
Well, are you at least getting out of the cavern, out of the tunnel, so we can all get into the cavern area?
Nah, stuff ya. Yeah.
Can we get past it if that happened? Like, or you got to cross the tunnel?
Well, you'd have to climb over it to get into the rest of the complex.
Okay.
Okay. Speak with animals.
Okay. You give me a I think it's nature roll for you.
Sure. 17.
So apparently you are fantastic at this speak with animals thing.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
As you cast speak with animals, and you start talking at it,
No,
it doesn't respond.
That's good.
Can I
Try a different language.
Oh, I am. Can I do a medicine check on this animal?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Please let it be dead.
No, that's not what I'm talking.
13. You got 13?
Yeah.
It looks dead. A couple of days dead. Smells a couple of days dead.
I'll tap you in the shoulder because you're probably.
Yep. Yeah, I know.
It's yep. Okay.
Just wanted to make sure before it potentially tried to eat us.
Okay. Gotcha.
And you hear from the other side of the great worm a voice call out, "Englad!
Wait, what?
Englad.
Englad!"
Putting my dagger away and...
Do we recognise the voice or the tongue? Is
You
that a
don't,
word that we recognise, or is it a name?
you don't recognise it. It could be a name, it could be anything, because it's not something you're used to. And in a
drawing my spear.
in a very rough version of Traldaran, you hear a, "We have waited for you long enough to grind the rocks to sand. What has kept you?"
Grind the rocks to sand.
It's been a long trek, but we're here now.
I'll stand by Dimitri.
I look confused.
General guarding intensifies.
Okay. So
have we actually gone past the dead worm yet?
this is basically as you're approaching the dead worm.
Okay, yeah.
And on the other side, you hear follows up with, "Hold your weapons low. We have been sent to guide you."
Very good.
Guarding Dimitri intensifies.
Okay, and as
But
you
over the lowered weapon.
as you come round the worm, you see a sight you haven't seen before, which is dark-skinned elves.
Oh, okay.
There aren't any on the surface.
Where's Dritz, you fucks?
I know about shadow elves, right?
Yeah, these aren't shadow elves.
But is shadow elves-
There are no dark-skinned shadow elves. They're all albino.
Ah. I am half.
Jeremy has met these before.
I know Jeremy has, but I'm.
I had.
Yeah, you met them in the Hollow World.
I did meet them in the Hollow. Okay, yes. I couldn't remember whether they were part of that group or not. So.
That's the only group of dark-skinned elves in this world.
Yeah. Okay. I'll walk around.
I'm waiting for everyone's reaction because I'm sussy but not sussy kind of thing. So.
I will continue heading towards, stating, "You're a long way from home."
Just a short walk. You coming?
Of course.
I'm not going to wait forever.
Lead on.
Okay, keep up, and he starts heading off further into some tunnels, and you can see that there's about 10 of them, all carrying rather evilly curved daggers and swords
Nice.
made out of obsidian.
I don't trust them. And it's not because they're black.
As
Not
an
racist.
elf, would I know of the Elven Shadow Kin? Or heard of?
Give me a history roll.
Black elves matter.
I know about shadow elves. But I know about she does. But...
No. That's a 7.
It's a 7.
I like trains.
You've never heard of black-skinned elves
Okay.
ever. It's just something that doesn't happen. So obviously they're defective elves of some sort.
Okay.
It's not how I see it.
I know from the elven perspective, they are very haughty about various things.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the moment you start seeing more than one of them, it's like, I thought he was defective. Okay, so as you join them, a elderly elf comes up, whose frame is weathered, comes up and approaches. Who's there going to approach?
Bag's not.
Approaches Kiki.
Oh, if that's the case, I'm guarding Kiki now.
How's your elven, Kiki?
My elven's good, but I don't like shadow elves. So, it's a wood elf.
But they can't shadow elves.
Well, I know, but I just don't know any. I'm very innocent, remember still?
Yeah, but the point is, these look nothing like shadow elves.
You know shadow elves are
These are
all
black,
albino.
I know,
shadow
cool.
elves are white.
At the
Honestly.
worst, they have purplish bruises, marks on their face, symbolizing their evilness.
Okay.
So yeah, so
I'm still a bit unsure because these elves are underground and that's where shadow elves come from, so I'm going, maybe they're cursed shadow elves.
well, you might not even think of them elves.
Okay, so she says to you in Elvish, sweet air and clear tunnels for you wayfarers.
Thank you. Is your home nearby?
So you're the leader of escort?
She just looks at you and going, where are you from? Are you uneducated?
So Dimitri's talking in Elvish, Kalari Elvish, saying, Are you the leader of the escort?
No, I just
You're being
bring
guarded by
amulet for those who can't speak proper tongue.
What language are they speaking?
Elvish.
Oh, it is Elvish, okay.
But a very
Ancient. Kind of.
strange dialect of it.
Okay.
So you understand it, but it's like someone speaking heavy Scottish to you. It's still English, but it's with a Scottish accent.
I just followed Dimitri's
So have you come all the way up from below?
Yeah, I'm just following Dimitri's lead because I just don't know what to say here. But
What do you mean below? I come from the proper place.
Yes.
So she hands you, because you're obviously the leader here.
obviously, yes. The one that's going, what, yeah. She hands me. Yeah.
She hands you a couple of necklaces. The brethren gave me these to you. These devices are of your land, so they tell me. Brethren, order you to follow them with all haste to the Red Lands, else your lives be forfeit.
How many necklaces?
Give you...
Do we recognise the term Radlands or whatever?
No. Gives you 6 of them.
6, okay. When I look at it, do they have any kind of symbols on them or anything like that, or just a necklace of...
They give me an Arcana roll. See if you recognise anything about them.
Oh, sweet. 16.
Okay, they look like the Galantrian of make.
I'll put one on.
Yep.
Do I feel any different at all?
Not really.
So, okay, you're a bit naive, aren't you?
No, let's put one on and then I
No,
try.
just the fact that they said they were here, the brethren had sent them.
Okay.
The brethren being the bad guys that we were apparently chasing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm still Kiki's going. What?
And she approached you and saying, each of your team must wear.
I hand the next lot to Dimitri, and I hand one out to everyone.
Does everyone
What
put
is
a necklace?
I'm
Dimitri's
asking
having a look at
her,
it.
what is this?
It's a necklace of that we must wear through these tunnels, I believe.
No, sorry, that's way too undescriptive for my
Yeah.
taste.
So that's right. Oh,
That's a... Oh, damn.
I got because I was glad.
So that's a sure. I'll put that on.
It's a 14 on Arcana.
It looks like a Galantrian of make. You have no idea what it does.
But I've got one on, and I seem to be okay so far.
Yeah, but I don't trust you as far as I can throw
Can
you.
I detect magic?
Sure. Do you have are you using casting a spell, or are you going to do it as a ritual?
No, not a ritual.
Because it will take a whole 10 minutes to do the ritual.
I know.
Okay, so you cast the spell. As I look up the detect magic to tell you what it will tell you, do you heighten it? Because I think it can be heightened.
No, I'm not going to heighten it.
Okay. Detect magic, detect magic.
Double stag one.
It does, they all radiate magical.
What kind of magic?
They are all divination.
Yeah, just trackers, I think. Or beacons.
Yeah, so they're divination magic. I'm guessing keep an eye on us where we are, or...
But if we're the ones following them, why would we wear these?
in case we get lost.
Could be a beacon to keep the baddies away.
Divination does many things.
Can I try something?
Yep.
Could be bacon.
Could also be to
My divine strike
test
means I can
our motive.
it lights up in divine thing on my weapon.
Or just track us so they can always avoid
Speak
us.
to the Father, Son, and do I see any glow on my weapon?
Because aren't we tracking
Well,
these
if you're
guys
going to do a
down?
divine strike, that's not a quiet thing.
What, these guys are
Your
giving us
powers
necklaces?
are meant to be called out.
No, because they said they gave us the necklace and said to
They're,
follow
they're,
the
they're
brethren.
not silent stuff.
Oh, no.
And
Didn't they?
It's just it's supposed to light up my weapon, I believe.
What did
Yeah.
they tell us to do? They told us to put necklaces on and do what?
follow.
Follow.
And follow.
Follow them or the...
Follow them.
Follow them.
Oh, okay.
They weren't very descriptive. They left it to Kiki to tell the rest of her followers to...
I look at you and go, don't make me look bad.
Plumber puts it on.
Yep.
I'll put it on.
I'll make a point to put it around my wrist, not my neck.
Plumman wishes he had to put it around his wrist.
Dimitri?
Dimitri puts it in his pocket. He asks, so, how long were you waiting for us?
Too long. Saying in Elvish. Does your character know Elvish?
Nope.
You understand everything she says.
Okay. Do I know that it's Elvish or just...
No, just understand.
Do I?
It just has this strange accent to it. Yes, you understand it as well.
Whoa! I can speak Elvish now. I'm an elf. No, I'm not.
Hang on a second. Where's your necklace currently?
Neck.
Can you take it off?
I try and take it off.
Yep, comes off.
Can I hold it for a sec? And I'll speak to you in Elvish. Does he understand?
He's apparently he's serenading you in some foreign language.
Don't swear at me.
It sounds extremely pleasant. What he's trying to say, like
They're translation devices.
Oh, that's handy.
It's a universal translator.
I'll hand it back to you.
Putting it back on.
I just asked you, can you understand me in Elvish?
Yeah, and it was horrible. Don't do it again.
Well, now we know what they do at least. Okay.
Oh, we'll put one over Dusty's top of two.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And as you
So, well, if we are moving on, Dimitri is continuing to ask questions about...
well, the elves who you're talking to don't know where here is. So when you keep saying, "Have you come down?" it's like they're not really sure what you're meaning. They're just here to bring you back, bring you home.
Did the goblins go ahead of us?
The brethren went ahead. Just refers to them as the brethren.
And was the Galantrian ambassador still with them?
The what ambassador?
The female human.
There was a female human with them. I'm sure she was a sacrifice of some sort.
I'm not feeling very comfortable.
Wait, I see you brought your sacrifices with you.
You're all about to get sacrificed.
No.
So where did you say we were going?
Yeah,
We're going home.
I was going to put nasty stuff.
And where is home?
Resist.
Well, you should know. Scandinavia is where we're from. We're going back there. It's the only civilized place.
And where in Scandinavia are we visiting?
The temple.
The temple, of course.
Azathiotl sent us visions for to come and get you.
Excellent.
At Xanthiotl.
Can I do a religion check on that one?
Sure.
Yeah, Dimitri certainly is as well.
Actually, I'm not even going to bother because
What'd you
I
get?
follow the RNG Pantheon.
Yes, you recognise the name.
That's it.
I know. Even on an 8, this is one of the most notorious gods out there.
Oh yeah, he's bad.
Yeah. Okay, he's actually the specific enemy of Achurigan for the other campaign.
You guys see Plumman's grip visibly tighten on his spear-ish.
Dimitri got 22 on his knowledge religion.
Yep, Dimitri does recognise the name quite well, so any knowledge from any of the other games you want to bring in, you're welcome to, Jeremy.
Right.
You'd know that and more. If you want to know more, just let me know.
Yeah, okay, so, but yes. But okay, obviously Dimitri does not actually pass on anything directly right there and then, because hey, we're surrounded by followers of Xanthiotl, so...
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit...
Just don't go running around yelling "Hail the True" and you'll be fine.
Okay, so...
well, that's right. Dimitri doesn't like that again.
You also find... she does say that a little bit about herself. Her name is Lineral Falrana. And she's a decent 440 years old.
Ooh, nice.
400 years old.
440. I'm sure that 40 is important for elves. That's sort of like saying I'm 12 and a half.
She's close to retirement.
That half is important.
Yeah. No, when you live that long, it kind of is. Gotta be pedantic about it. I'm only 120.
You an old bitch.
And she is the lead warrior of her tribe.
She's about to be the dead warrior of her tribe if she keeps it up.
So Dimitri has come across the Dark Elf or Shattered Elves before.
Mm-hmm.
Were they actually in opposition to Yelm's tribe? As the Elven chieftain in Nether?
They weren't in opposition, they just didn't interact.
Okay.
Because one of them believes in activity and one of them believes in inactivity.
Yeah.
The gentlefolk basically are happy to let things come to them, whereas the Scandinavian go everywhere else.
Yeah. So Dimitri's not particularly good. He can drop the name without necessarily expecting immediate antithetical reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and she introduces her aides, Henneth Broglass. He looks quite young in comparison. Basically, he looks like the muscly version of an elf. And when I say muscly version of an elf, he probably has more muscle than most elves, but not as much as a normal human.
Wake.
And the other one she introduces is Galen Lorick. He is the child who's their guide. He's only 28 years old. Barely out of the crib.
And so, how long do you expect to take to get to Sentinel then?
Just look at you. Time is immaterial. We have no islands to guide it by.
Well, there's still a number of footsteps.
We will not be stepping the entire way. That would be ridiculous. She says. You have no magic. You know nothing of magic. Are you so uneducated that you rely on your master over here to tell you what to do? She says, just read to Kiki.
You said that it was not far, and I was curious. It sounded odd for it not to be far, considering it's a very long way down.
It's not down, it's up. We're going up.
Indeed.
Damn it.
You live on the downside, we live on the upside.
Either way, there's a long way between.
So we're going to take you to Tarthus in the Nithian Desert. And take you to your master, the one called Prince Udan.
So Prince Udan did return.
As foretold.
Ribbit.
Who's Prince Duo? Who?
The goblin.
The Goblin Prince.
We're looking for him.
Oh,
He
we know
he
who
was
he
one that
is.
apparently flew away
I as
when we
a
were
point.
talking to the
Oh, right, yes.
the dying guy.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
Well, indeed, then I guess we should catch up to him as rapidly as possible.
Which says, okay, are you ready to travel? Do you have your party with you? At talking to Kiki to confirm.
I look around.
Because, Kiki, of course, is, of course, in charge.
Yes. He talks a lot that man, I say. And I give him a bit of a wink.
Well, why would a man ever be in charge, she says?
Well, that's right. They only have one use, don't they?
Well, they have many uses, just they're very bad at directing.
Yes.
They never seem to know which way is the right way to go.
Says the woman that doesn't know down from up.
Plumman shakes in anger and frustration. He is very close
I
to
look
losing
around and
his
make sure
temper.
everyone's nearby, within 5 feet of each other, and said, "Yes, my party is ready to go.
Okay.
Let's continue."
She gestures for her other elves who are ahead to make sure there were no problems. Come to her, and then she holds a stone at arm's length above the cave floor. And the rock at her feet begins to slowly liquefy and bubble. A shiny pillar of rock slowly grows to meet the stone. Rock veins and lumps move over the pillar's surface like ripples on water. The pillar's blunt point touches the stone, and she draws her hand back. The rock rises as it engulfs the stone. Then a rift grows in the pillar near the ground. It deepens, it splits the pillar base in half. And you realize there are legs. Before you stands an earth elemental, 12 feet tall and 6 feet around, lumpy and glistening like fresh lava.
We can't call him Barry.
No, his name is not Barry, she says.
I thought at least try.
It's Gabaru.
So we're so close. That's right.
Gam.
And he's served me for many years.
Yo, gabba gabba.
And she commands him to quickly. Doesn't say what quickly means. And then they start following him. And as you climb down, you find footholds exactly where you would hope them to be. It's almost as if climbing down a ladder. At one point, it feels like the foothold widens beneath your foot, making a more secure hold.
It's not going to be as easy to get
The
out.
walls of the tunnel are marked with stripes of colour as thin as hairs. Strange fissures stretch around the tunnel, but they're no wider than a fingernail. Never seen such markings before. The air feels thick and charged as though lightning were about to strike. Arcana rolls for people.
That one is expected.
Yeah, no.
That's a 10.
Hey, I've got a thingy. I should use it.
That's a 17.
Dimitri got 8, which is my 7.
Wow.
So, would Dimitri like to explain to everyone what you think is happening? Because obviously you're the authority with your natural one.
Well, the problem is, Dimitri knows what's happening before it was rolled.
Not bad.
I've been setting myself. a flat
So, would you
DC
like to make up
15
something
lose
knowing
my temper
knowing you're going to intentionally get it wrong?
4 times in a row past.
Because Dimitri was about to, like, if he had the opportunity while we're going through, to say, people, hey, take your time, take a long walk ahead of us if we're going all the way down.
So, how would Dimitri like to interpret these events incorrectly?
Well,
I'm
actually,
sure
no,
you
it's probably
mean
perfectly appropriate at this stage. Because I suspect that, as I say, Dimitri will say, yeah. If we're walking all the way, I hope everyone's got a packed lunch, dinner, and for next week.
I'd pull out
But I
cheese,
suspect
wine.
we'll probably go a lot faster than that, in fact.
Okay, you realise your wine's
Friend of mine took
Water.
this photo
Water.
today.
Cheese, okay.
your cheese is
Where was that?
The
it's
Pacific
not too
Ocean.
bad.
Oh wow.
Lots of cheese too, I'll be very upset.
That's cool.
Well,
Okay.
especially actually considering the fact that magic doesn't work anymore, apparently, doesn't it?
That's a US aircraft carrier. I think that's another one.
It is that most magic's
There's a
not
couple of
working.
Australian ships as well.
I reckon it wasn't everything was gone.
It's called the
it
ring
was,
pack
yeah,
exercise.
most of
It's a thinly veiled.
it.
Don't HO
It's
don't
just-
yeah.
fuck with this.
Dimitri's grumbling about the idea of, oh my god, are we going to walk all the way? Or rather climb? Sheesh.
Okay, and did anyone get over 20?
Yeah,
No.
right.
I've got 17. That was closest.
Okay. So, you do think you're, with a 17, you think you're under some sort of magical effect right now. You
Right.
just don't know what.
Right.
It's not something you're familiar with. At one point, about 400 or 500 yards down, you feel a momentary dizziness. At this point, the tunnel goes solid grey with no coloured stripes or fissures. It levels out abruptly and you can walk, but it twists back and forth as you almost lose your sense of direction.
Did they react at all to Jeremy not putting the amulet on?
No.
Are they all wearing an amulet?
Yep.
Like all the elves?
Yep.
Yeah.
Something must be wrong with your ground here, and now you look. Now and then you lose your balance, but you can't see why. And as you get to see again, you realise that Jeremy's not with you. Dimitri's not with you.
Dimitri's not with us.
Thank God.
What happened to Dimitri?
Don't care. It's annoying. You wouldn't stop complaining.
And then they sort of turn around and go, "Didn't all your subjects put their necklace on?
Some don't like to listen since it looks like it.
Should we sacrifice that one first when we get back?"
Yes.
Plumman loses his temper.
Well, you don't want to go back for him? You want to be
No.
sacrificed first instead?
No. Plumman begins to comment on how he is not a sacrifice and will indeed sacrifice anybody who attempts to sacrifice him.
She would like to see that because that would be a fantastic thing to witness.
Plumman's pretty satisfied with that answer, to be honest.
Doesn't care. She doesn't care who sacrificed. If the sacrificer is sacrificed instead, you've done your job.
Can Rhea jump in between and go, so it's a duel then?
No,
Oh.
I never said it was a fair fight.
Did somebody say duel? I mean, I love duels.
So, do we
I
go
killed
back for your
giants.
missing person?
Yes, we need him. Come on.
So, Jeremy, from your perspective, as this magic seemed to kick up, everyone just disappeared as if they streaked away from you.
Right.
He does have his uses.
Fair.
Not many, but he does. I'm trying to play this master role properly.
Try another Arcana check, and this one got 20.
Okay, so it is definitely magic involved, and apparently it was tied to the amulet
Right.
that you weren't wearing.
Yep. Hmm.
I apologise to her for the delay, but I do need him for his. He does have some
Yeah.
will needs.
Okay, so
Make you think, well, I didn't actually get a chance to tell them how far they had to go, but I guess I'm going back up again.
okay, so everyone gets to make a Constitution saving throw except for Jeremy as they turn around and go back for the missing person.
Critical success.
Okay, you actually think this topsy-turvy thing is fantastic.
It's fine.
It's the best ride ever. You're sick as a dog.
When you go upside down...
8, you're also sick.
When you-
This is terrible.
When you go upside down on horse...
How did Rhea go?
It is same.
18.
Rhea also thinks this is fantastic. So two of you think it's the fantastic side, the terrible side.
What about Nasty Stump and Willie?
Yeah, I should do nasty stomp.
Willie. Willie's good.
Willie's good.
The halflings enjoy it.
Oh god. He's 7.
Okay,
Nasty
so
side gets a
again we have the good side and the bad side.
Sorry.
No, no, all
Seem
good.
to work out the same. And yes, so as you start to turn around, suddenly they're all behind you again, Jeremy. And you hear the elven woman reprimand Kiki, says, "Tell your subject to toe the line."
I go up to
You're
him.
going to get stabbed.
Yeah, no, I go up to him.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no, my shirt got stuck in
The chair was trying to eat him.
No, I go up to him, pull off my glove.
Break another
I'm Dimitri, okay? Now,
You slapped Dimitri.
I slap Dimitri and I say, Dimitri, when I say put the necklace on, I mean it. I turn back around so I can honour any sort of response from him. And just,
Do you put the necklace on this time, Jeremy?
Dimitri keeps climbing back up.
She just look at you. You can't control your subjects, can you? You aren't very much a good leader. Is the other elf wannabe your leader?
no.
Yeah, pointing at Raya.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just slapped on Dimitri and he didn't respond.
Oh, okay. We slapping each other now, are we?
Well, I took my glove off and went, psh, psh. Now put your necklace on. Yeah.
But that's obviously a duel.
Well, he decided to walk away from it.
He lost the jewel.
Disappointment. Such disappointment. What are we going to do with you guys? Plus, you're doing it wrong. It's
Anyway, he walks away. I go, okay, catch up. And I take him, whispering, he goes, the necklace helps you travel. We need you to come this other way.
Bloody long way down, you know. I don't know. I want to go back there.
Well, can you just do it for me, please? Once?
Make an opposed grapple check.
So, did they just revoke your leadership?
Not yet. I'm trying to work on this.
Oh, okay.
Very close to it. It's on this. It's on the edge of the cusp here.
I still
Right.
personally think Rhea's the leader here.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're in charge, make
Yeah.
your servant follow.
I guess it might give me an
Which one?
opportunity to catch
Points
up
at
with Will again.
points at Dimitri.
That one's not my servant. I'll point at these two.
Then whose
He's like-
whose servant is that one? Is that
I didn't get much chance to really have a good look around.
I'll just point at
spell not going to last forever.
Dimitri will put the necklace back
it's
on and
Flamon's
walk back.
servant.
Dimitri just put the necklace back on while we were talking about this.
I saw it.
He was talking to himself about the options and the possibilities.
Okay, so apparently you now leader because servant came back.
Oh,
So
okay.
odd elf is leader.
Odd elf.
Yeah, you're an odd elf. That one at least is a proper elf. I don't know what you are.
You're not wrong. I'm different, if that's what you mean.
We have no history of elf looking like you.
Of course, from your perspective, this is coming from a black elf.
Wow.
It is.
Hope you didn't need that.
So to put it in perspective, the Eladrin didn't
In my
exist
opinion,
when
it just
the
makes it better.
black elves are on the surface.
That works. Fine.
No.
Yeah, that's it. It's now graduated.
Or at least their knowledge of the Eladrin has been erased.
So, well, yes, I guess if we go this way, I might be able to catch up with Whelm again, having
This
a
is the
bit
one
more
I can
of
give my
a
partner now, 'cause
discussion.
she likes
Okay, so then it starts. You get caught up in the magic as it starts heading off the other way,
heat of the moment.
and you feel that whole disturbing twist and turn again. So everyone can make a Constitution roll.
Yeehaw!
11 this time.
I'm just gonna stick my hands up.
Apparently, you're just holding it in.
I got a 9.
Yeah, over 20.
And
I
Nasty
got 16, so I'm enjoying this.
Nasty
Same.
got a 14.
Okay, so only Little Miss is the one who's really sick coming through. Everyone else is going, woo, great ride, and Kiki going,
If you're barf for an elf.
Yes, and then Dimitri will explain, without necessarily explaining, that, okay, now she's correct. Now we go up.
and the tunnel straightens out again, but
Mansplaining.
now you seem to be climbing up, and the coloured stripes and fissures come back, but the handholds and footholds are placed as evenly as before. And then with the last few steps, you climb out of the tunnel. The air grows clean and breathable again. It feels like you climb just as far back as you did down, but you can't see more than a few hundred yards from where you started. You've only gone maybe, you've travelled for about half an hour at the most, down, and come out into somewhere else. And
It was physically more work, but certainly a lot faster than a gnome.
And it rises on a gentle slope from where you're able to breathe. Gentle slope from where you are to a bright sunlit entrance about 50 feet to your right. To your left, the shaft extends into darkness.
Hang on. I might have written that down wrong. Is primordial a thing in this one?
Okay.
Mom, is primordial a thing in D&D 5e?
Primordial is a thing in D&D 5e, yes.
But in this setting?
In this setting, not as much.
Right, okay.
And
Oh, sorry.
Lina Rael says, we seem to have gotten lost somehow. And one of the Elven guide says, these humans are conspiring with the treacherous elemental. Justice must be served, he says as he pulls out his sword.
Yep. Ready to go.
Okay, so
Temper is already lost.
we are going into initiative.
Didn't we just ride in on an elemental?
And that elemental has disappeared. And dumped you in the wrong spot.
Now it's a treacherous elemental?
And then where in Kahoot could the elemental that they summoned?
Yes, it's very confusing.
Well, you think the elemental wasn't serving willingly.
Well, that's fairly normal.
Plumber got 12.
Naaman got 12. What is other people's initiative?
Okay.
I got 7. Nasty got 15.
Likewise for Dimitri, 15.
That's 17.
Shut up,
17
Kiki.
for Kiki. Kiki obviously likes to go first. And what did Raya get? So Raya's doing quite well, I see. Letting everyone else take the brunt of everything.
I'm pondering the meaning of elemental life.
Okay.
Maybe he's not going first.
Oh. Oh.
Okay. So, as he does that, you see Linoral says, Hey, hold your horses. Don't draw your weapon.
We don't have our horses with us.
No, you don't have your horses with you.
I'll grab Plowman.
Okay, and Kiki, what does Kiki want to do?
Okay. So the one that's angry is the young kid, isn't it?
Yep.
We have not meant no harm since we've met each other. Why would I do this now? And I said, I'm here with, I point to the old lady, so we're here together. We're not here against each other.
Okay. And then what would Dimitri like to do?
So what's the surroundings of the moment?
You're in the tunnels.
Oh.
You haven't actually exited out of the tunnels yet.
Oh, okay. So some of them have gone out the tunnel, but some of them are still in the tunnel. Is that right?
You can see light of an exit, but you haven't gone there yet, and they've basically said you're in the wrong spot somehow.
Okay. Dimitri will just back up, aiming to find some space away from any of the elves at that stage. See if we can work out where we are.
Okay.
Which is what he recognises.
As you back yourself up, do you try to head towards the light?
Yeah, okay. I'll go towards the cabin exit.
Okay, and then we're up to Nasty. What would Nasty like to do?
So can you just let me know where everyone is in relation to each other here?
Sure.
So we've been told that we've come out at the wrong place.
Yeah.
Then the elemental
disappeared.
It
disappeared just before you were told you come out at the wrong place.
Right. So the elemental disappeared. Seems to have thrown us out in the wrong place.
Yeah.
And then disappeared.
Yep.
So basically, Dimitri's aim to take effectively 2 move actions and a bonus hide action. Okay.
You see Plumman not really react well to the situation.
I know. I was tempted to do calm emotions at one stage.
That may have been a good idea.
Right.
No, you could get rid of him.
So basically, you've come down that tunnel. You can see darkness down that tunnel, and you can see light down that tunnel.
Where all the dark elves are on the...
Okay, so Dimitri's taken... he can go up to... up to 60 feet down towards the light, but he's actually aimed to try and remain in shadows and take a hide action.
Okay, so...
How are the Dark Elves taking this?
Well, basically, one of them wanted to pull his sword. One of them told the other, hey, not yet. Don't attack. And because it's all happening at the same time.
Don't attack what, us?
Pretty much, yes.
So they're saying it's our fault.
Yeah,
well, the young elf said it's your fault.
The old elf woman
said
wait.
Right.
And I said the same thing.
Well, if all the old could walk the light tunnel, then Dimitri will go down the darker tunnel then.
Just trying to get
He'll duck around the corner and hide.
Hey, give me a moment. I'm just trying to get things to work when it's playing up on me.
All good.
Stefan, could I get you to get me a spoon?
A spoon?
Thank you.
No worries.
That's who he looks like, not Legolas. Haldir. Looks like Haldir.
That means nothing to me.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Two
who's
Towers.
Yes.
Two Towers. The cool elf who leads the elves.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Haldir.
That makes more sense.
Okay, so if anything, they should actually have been on the lower
Haldir's
tunnel
like the
with the
coolest
darkness
elf in the whole
because
series.
they're not a very much a light.
Sorry about the axe, though. Sorry, the sword.
Well, that's why I would have thought that's why I was going for the light, but...
So the leader's sort of in between, and Dimitri wants to head towards the light.
Yeah.
Don't do it, Dimitri.
Can I be next to the elf leader?
You want to be next to the elf leader? Well,
Sorry, I mean I just talked, but I was...
The lady elf.
Yes.
Okay.
The old lady.
So you're next to the lady elf.
Yeah. Because I was trying to show a comedy, saying, hey, settle down.
Yeah, I just sort of grabbed any
I know.
things,
That's right.
so we have something sitting there.
So, Nasty's pretty pissed off because he's sober. And if they're going to look at drawing weapons, then he's going to draw his weapons. He's not going to attack yet, though.
Okay. Nasty's ready to do stuff. And next person up is Playman.
Plumman plonks himself in front of Kiki, looks at the sook, the one who's having a sook, and says, "Come to your death, little boy."
Well, he does look like the equivalent of a probably about a 6 or 8 year old.
Yeah.
That's basically the equivalent age of him.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Come to your death, little boy. And obviously, menacingly shieldy.
Okay, and next person up is the guards. So that little boy starts, getting his hands together, and you see a ball of fire start to appear between his hands.
Can I use a reaction to counterspell that?
Do you have counterspell as a reaction?
I do have counterspell, and counterspell is a reaction.
Yes. That's why I'm asking, because not everyone has it.
When you see a creature within 60 feet of you casting a spell, you attempt to interrupt the creature in the process of casting. If it's casting a spell of 3rd level or lower, its spell fails and has no effect. If it's a spell of 4th level or higher, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
Okay, so you want to use your reaction to counter it?
Yeah.
Okay, the flame goes out. He just looks at his hands and looks at you and glares. So he spell fizzled.
So the magic worked fine, considering the loss of magic and where we are right now.
It did, yes.
But it could have been a level 1 or 2 spell.
Yeah. Would I? No.
I can't think what counterspell actually is. No, counterspell actually comes from the school, does it?
You've never actually... it does count as one of the schools.
Okay.
There are no spells. It's an abjuration spell.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Probably one that Dimitri should know then.
Character.
As an abjure.
We couldn't cast anything above level 3 last week, so.
Except I'm special because I don't prepare my spells.
True.
And plus, she's also a sorcerer.
Yes, not a cleric.
Yeah. Okay, so now it is Little Mrs. go. You've had your reaction, and now your reaction's back.
Oh, cool.
The other guys are sort of looking in surprise that that non-elf actually cast a spell.
I am going to.
All of them that look like they were going for their weapons sort of seem to have stopped doing so in shock.
I'm glad I've got Warcaster, that's all I'm saying. Yeah. It's going to come handy this fight.
So I'm going to take a hold of my staff and cast Spectral Scythe, which is a cantrip, which just basically creates like a spiritual blade attached to my staff, so my quarter staff now looks like a scythe. That one comes out of...
So that doesn't sound like a player's handbook one.
No, it's not a player's handbook one, but it is on my stat block that you approved.
Yeah. Assuming it's a Zenithar's Guide one?
It's not Zenithar's Guide either.
Uh-oh.
I think it's from the D&D wiki.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't read through every spell because
No, yeah, I get that.
That's why I ask people to provide references, so I know all the references you're using at the bottom of your thing.
Yeah,
And-
it's in the stat block that you
Yeah,
have.
but I haven't had much chance to go through
Yeah.
everything.
I'm
My
just-
braining hasn't been that well.
So basically, it just creates like a Reaper's Scythe made of necrotic energy at the end of the
Does
staff.
that actually come from a particular book?
No,
What's
from the D&D wiki.
Okay, so it's one of the unofficial spells.
Yes.
So it's not even an official D&D spell.
No.
Wasn't it the same one that the other guy was using? Turtle guy.
The Turtle Guy?
Yeah.
I don't think so. That's why I was asking which spell it was.
what's the spell?
Spectral Scythe.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it doesn't really do
He
much
used the
immediately.
shadow side.
It doesn't do anything immediately.
Yeah.
It basically just adds necrotic damage to your quarterstaff attacks. Lasts for 10 minutes. So it lasts for combat.
Isn't 10 minutes 100 rounds? Or is that Pathfinder?
Well,
6
I
seconds.
mean, the point is that, effectively it's a combat.
Yes, it's a combat. I think it is 100. 6 seconds
That's a
around.
very long combat. for
So
round.
it's a homebrew spell.
But the point is you wouldn't get another combat necessarily starting at the same time.
So
So,
technically it's a homebrew spell, which doesn't mean it has any balance. And it's necromancy. Okay, so you cast Spectral Scythe and nothing happens.
Nothing happens, okay.
Yeah. That was why I was wanting to make sure I
Yeah.
checked everything, because I have to read certain things in each spell in where you are right now.
Yeah. No, it's one of the ones I specifically asked you about when I put it on my character sheet.
Yeah. It should be okay. It's not any real different than the
Yeah.
others. It's just that it is the only instance in the game at this stage because it is a homebrew spell.
Yeah.
And it means that you are pretty much aligning yourself with one of the evil gods. The scythe,
she doesn't know
the,
that yet,
the spectral
so-
scythe like that is particularly one of their weapons.
Right.
The Grim Reaper.
possibly not necessarily so much of a concern where she came from previously, but will become a concern now.
It will be, yes. Okay, so yes, so that you cast the spell, and for some you just look at it as if nothing happens. You don't feel any connection to it. as
Right.
if the spell's not here.
Okay.
But you did nothing wrong.
Yep. Okay.
So Jeremy will be able to explain to you later.
Well,
In game, what's
explain it
happening?
all.
Yeah. Well, she will look confused and still hold her quarterstaff.
That's okay because your counterspell went off perfectly,
Yeah.
and it's like you felt the energy, you felt the power, and then nothing. Okay, Raya.
The counterspell probably went off even more effectively than it might have normally.
Oh yeah, I remember this now. I didn't have to worry about this because I was a warrior. I do remember this now.
And there you're the spellcaster.
Damn.
I did offer you.
you.
I did offer you a chance to bring back Dimitri
That's okay.
beforehand. I just didn't tell you why.
Not Dimitri, Bradshaw.
Oh, sorry, Bradshaw. Yeah.
It's okay.
I would like to roll a persuasion check to
Yep.
kind of ask everyone to calm down and at least try and talk this out before we succumb to blows in Elven.
Well, that's okay. Everyone understands because they're all wearing the necklace.
Yeah. That's a 23, non-natural.
That's a 23. Okay, so the elves will look at you and have that sort of nodding sort of look as if they think that's a sound idea and move their hands away from their weapons.
That's pretty much my action, I guess. Because I don't think I can do anything else, can I? Because I've moved to the centre, made my persuasion check, and that's it.
And Lenariel says, "Look, we're all here for the same reason. Let's just go and find out where we are before we come to blows."
Is Lenariel the woman?
Yep, the old
Okay.
woman. Well, old woman. She looks like a middle-aged
Yeah.
person.
Well, Plumman's going to walk up to, very menacingly and slowly walk up to that young douchebag who tried to cast a spell, and he's going to stand there and death stare him.
He just looks up at you and has this smile. You see filed teeth as he looks up at you.
Going to continue to death stare.
Okay, so what's everyone else doing? Well, you're having the two death stares happening at the moment. Because they seem to have stopped the violence right now.
I'd like to ask their leader what rights the youngling had to start coming to blows without your permission.
I told him not to. He'll be reprimanded severely for this.
Oh, he's going to get reprimanded.
That's fine.
He'll spend the next 10 years in his room looking after doing chores.
Rhea witnesses, because he understands that concept of time.
Most likely bound in chains by his ankles and hanging from the ceiling. And he'll still be expected to actually clean his room.
It's harsh but effective.
I'm not in agreement.
Well, you don't let young ones walk over you. You put them in their place.
Is that true? Right. Grapple check.
Okay.
Just with one hand, I drop the shield and just grab him by the throat.
Okay.
She said it.
Just making sure I get grapple right for you.
Yep.
This is not something I do every day.
I have to use an attack action to make a special melee attack.
Okay, I actually had the bookmark on grapple, so obviously I was
Nice.
using it quite well. Okay, so you make a strength check, athletics check, contested by their athletics or acrobatics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so what do
24.
You get a 24? Okay, you have grappled him by the neck.
Does he appear to be resisting?
Yes. Doesn't appear to like being grappled.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he's not much shorter than you.
Yeah.
He's still got a while to grow yet.
Mm-hmm. Plumman, in a very, very mildly controlled and controlled by only the slightest amount of rage, says, act against them again, and I will crush you like a bug, and then throws him away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the leader just just sort of looks at him and nods and points out to the exit.
Parman picks up his shield.
Dimitri will have continued on towards the light just to have a look outside since it hears that violence is not about to happen here.
So as you step out,
The alpha male?
Oh god.
Okay, so Jeremy, you're used to the view, so you get a nice big picture of it.
Yep.
So I will move it around to the that one.
Is it an area that Dimitri recognises?
Yeah. There we go. Okay, so it is not far from where you were, as far as you can tell.
A whole world to explore, and I come out in the same place twice?
Yep. There is a reason why it apparently was for you.
Well, they say this is basically Dimitri saying.
So when you guys come
saying
out, this is the view you see. So the sky curves up away from you,
Oh shit.
and there's a red sun in the center.
We're in that Matt Damon movie Elysium.
But Dimitri's actually saying
Out of
out loud to
character. I have a
himself,
feeling I
a
know
whole
where we
world to
are.
explore, and I come out in
In
the same
character,
place
I have
twice.
no idea.
I wonder if
Halo.
Out of
there's
character, I
something
know
that
where
connects the play, connects
Doesn't help me in
external
character.
connections to here.
Bet you'll know exactly what to do right here.
Okay,
Simon
so
hates it because there's no horses.
and
At least dinosaurs.
next to you, you see Linario step forward and spit on the ground. Azka. Deserted for years, so they could come down after us. She spits again, and speaks up something covered with feathers. A nighthawk, she says, freshly dead. The Azcan symbol for their old patron. And then she says, "Trap. Watch as about 20 odd arrows fly at her."
Oh shit. Okay.
Can I try and push her out of the way?
Do you want to push her out of the way?
Can I try and shield her?
That's it. Okay, I'll give you all reactions. Because basically, she sprung a trap. As she stepped out with
Intentionally?
Dimitri. No.
Didn't she say trap? What is she, Akbar?
She says, trap, watch. And then got hit by lots of arrows.
You know what?
So
No,
she started off
Plumman's not gonna.
expecting to.
No, but Plumman.
She picked up something on the ground and was remonstrating about it out loud. While you were looking up at this strange sight.
Yeah.
And then she figures out what it is and says and basically yells out trap and gets hit by lots of arrows.
All right. Okay.
In the words of Homestar Runner, no, Strong Bad, arrowed. No, that's Teen Girl Squad.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and pull her out the way of the arrows.
Do you have a reaction that allows you to move people?
I don't.
Because some fighters have reactions that allow them to intersperse themselves between others. Does Lehman have a reaction that allows him to...
Do I look like a fighter?
Well, barbarians have it. Just the different sort of barbarian.
Technically, Dimitri could, but he doesn't care about it enough.
Yeah, I had to reconsider.
Avoid the trap.
I had to stop playing David and start playing Plumman.
You
Plumman
also
will
know
watch
who
her
she
get arrowed.
serves, so you have less of an interest to actually
That's
save
right,
her.
Not that I'm necessarily keen on the
Nasty
Azcan
doesn't, nor
protecting
does
us
I,
either,
nor do
but
I think
hey.
he would actually care enough.
Yeah. Plumman's
Okay.
only thinking in the instance
Well,
is
I might end
if
up
she
doing
dies,
something.
I get to kill the other elves.
I just need to check if I can do it or not.
Pro tip, you
The
can't.
question is, after if you can, is do you want to?
Yeah, remember, you do know these things serve as antiotl.
I don't.
I don't.
No,
I don't care.
I do. So that's what I thought.
I don't know anything about what these guys serve or
No,
what they're
it
doing.
says bonus action, not reaction. So
All I
can't-
know is if she goes down, I get to kill the other elves.
Battle pass trophy or?
No, I can face step.
Okay.
So I can literally face step in front of her before they hit. But because it's a bonus action,
Wow.
I can't.
Don't even do that. She's only an
Because I know
elf.
what Jeremy knows
I'm in
about
spring.
the- not as much detail.
I want
as
to help
others he does.
everybody.
But
I'd like to make an attack of opportunity to stop you doing that.
Well, the amusing thing, Mark, is the fact that we've actually come out in virtually the same place that Dimitri was last time.
So I'm going to, while I could shield a faith or something like that, I'm going to not do anything. So.
Wow, Kiki the badass.
I don't think any of us can.
I've got a battlecaster. So.
Oh, you can reaction
You
spells.
can use reactions.
And,
Okay.
and Dimitri's got the ability to transfer his arcane ward as a reaction, but he doesn't want to protect her if he dives to the side.
Okay, so as you dive to the side and get yourself ready, everyone can make an initiative roll.
18.
11.
Okay.
Now it's interesting, Dave. You've so far managed to roll the same numbers, like you've had the same number as my roll both times.
Oh, nice.
So, Jeremy, what's yours?
11.
11. What is Raya's?
19.
Settle down.
Just settle down, buddy.
Okay, what is Little Mrs.?
14.
I need to check my face step actually.
And what is Nasty's?
15.
Same as before.
Yep.
And what is Kiki's?
5.
5.
Oh.
It's bright out here. What's that?
Spring face step. They had to be a willing creature, but it's funny.
Okay, so basically, as the arrows come flying in, you can see a wave of men come pouring in.
Yes!
You count more than a dozen.
Fantastic.
Men?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're obviously pumped. So.
Okay, so what would
stoked.
Raya like to do?
Is it D&D as well where you get 3 words as free action? No, that's Pathfinder.
You get.
Do you get any words for free for D&D?
Yeah, you can talk for free effectively, as long as you're not talking huge numbers.
Can you?
Free actions still exist.
I think it's within around that 10 words or something like that. Yeah. I think it counts as free. Any more than that's an action. I believe that's right. I'm sure my DM will say otherwise.
You can say a fair bit, but I just don't go too far in it. Otherwise, it might be your action.
I'd like to turn to Plowman and say, because you obviously look very pumped for this.
I'm stoked.
Are you ready to kill?
Is that even a question?
Do you trust me?
Okay, that's the extent of the thing.
What are you,
'cause
Princess Jasmine? No, Aladdin?
He's had his free action. It was only a couple of things. He
Yeah,
can say
that's fine.
So he said a few things. What are you going to do with the rest of your action?
I'm going to touch you and give you my face step. You appear 30 feet towards them.
Yeah, please.
Well, no idea I had for him. Anyway, I'm going to bless you before you went.
Now you can bless at range.
I don't think it's that long, I don't think.
Okay, so you go, bink!
I won't
And
say
Playman,
no.
you're now up. In front of you can see over 40 men coming towards you with weapons drawn. Look like they're barely wearing anything, but loincloths and carrying crude weapons.
My kind of guys.
Coffee.
Is it my go?
Do you want coffee as well?
It is your go.
Yes, please.
Cool. In a very odd twist of fate. What am I surrounded by? Like, is it terrain-wise?
You are
Naked
in
man.
what appears to be a jungle, looking up into the strangest world you've ever been to. So
Not untrue.
you're on the top of a mountain
Yeah,
range
yeah, okay,
in
yeah,
the
cool.
distance, and you can see the world curving up around you.
Does it look like something that, in a fit of rage, I could break or knock over and just look generally quite manly?
Roughly not where you are. You've basically just teleported right in front of all these charging warriors as a blade of armor for the elf.
Cool. Righto. Well, there's 40 of them, you say?
More than 40.
And they look like more than 40, and they just look like crude smashies.
They have feathered headdresses. They carry very similar weapons to the elves, but less refined.
Do they look intelligent?
Oh, they look cunning. They basically set the ambush that killed the elf woman.
Oh, so she's dead.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Let's be honest, 40 versus 1 of your kind of odds.
They are. Plumman's all about it. I'm wondering if I can intimidate them down though. That's the thing.
Can we try?
I could just
For it.
start killing them. I mean... Okay, so obviously rage.
You rage as a bonus action.
Yes.
Great.
And then I think we might attempt to use a strength intimidation.
Okay.
Just by generally being a diabolically angry, ragey asshole. Screamy, shouty. You know you make me want to shout.
Okay, give me intimidation roll with disadvantage.
Can I bend luck on that?
How would you like to bend luck?
I want to add a bonus to his roll.
Okay.
Is that a
Strength-based intimidate?
It's a
Sure.
feature of my wild magic.
Nice.
I can bend luck, which allows me... I'm just looking at what dice type it is. Where the hell is my
He was
dice?
getting you. I
I
may end
am
up with
so
lots of
looking forward to this.
Me too.
Because I have 2 nasty spells.
Anyways.
So it
Slow
costs me 2
and
sorcery
confusion.
points. I roll a d4.
Yeah, roll it.
So what did you roll?
I rolled a 15. Well, I got a 15 in total.
Yeah, okay.
At disadvantage.
So that's 3.
18.
18. 18 is quite good. They all sort of look at you
And smile. It's great.
and salute you.
What?
Didn't expect that.
This is exactly what Plumman was going for. Just as a bit of backstory for Plumman, Plumman is desperately trying to form an army.
These guys
Happy to
look,
for yourselves.
while they look primitive compared to what you're used to, they are working as a unit better than any Ethengarian horde. you'll
Yeah,
see.
I'm happy to see that. Doesn't mean I won't murder at least 5 of
I see
them.
you on one Bradshaw.
Only 5? That's disappointing.
At least. I mean, we don't know if they're still going on. If they're a bunch of level 2 peasants, well, I mean...
Okay, what would Nasty like to do? Yeah, you can see Playman off into the distance, staring down these guys, and they salute Playman.
Oh, well,
Did I just diplomacy our way out of a combat?
knowing Nasty, he's probably going to go and check on the elf woman and see if there's any way to repair her.
Repair. What a fantastic description of what he potentially would do.
I don't even think about this. No.
Okay. So he cuts out the arrows.
Yeah, well, I like to think he's starting to like search through his different nuts and bolts and things and see if there's anything he can try and like
Give me a medicine
glue
roll
it
for
back
me.
together. And
This is going to turn into a Tool video clip. Like, that's what it's going to end up in.
he got a 4.
Okay. You hear this wrenching sound as he stands up holding her head.
Oh, no.
Oops.
When my turn happens, I know exactly what I'm doing. But
Okay.
And he probably goes, I can fix it.
Oh, he says, I can fix it then.
I can still fix it.
Why do I feel like this is the Duke Nukem scene?
So, Little Miss is now up, looking on the scene of Nasty fixing things.
I'm thinking Wolfenstein with, like original Wolfenstein, Adolf Hitler's head.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Space Nazis.
I'd like to just hold/ready whatever this system is. So basically, unless someone tries to attack a member of the party, I'll just wait and see what happens.
Okay. And next person we have is the elves. The elves pull their weapons and charge.
Charge who?
You don't know, they're just charging towards where Playman is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, towards the
Yeah, that's what
So
I meant. Where are
they're
they
behind him at the moment.
They're charging in the direction of the.
And they yell one word, die.
Look, I don't know what your guys' opinions are of the elves, but Plumman turns around.
And as you turn around, as a reaction, there's just arrow flying right over the side of you. Just enough that you feel the arrow and the nick, but not enough to actually hit you. As they hit the charging elves with about 10 arrows each.
What was really impressive with the shot was the fact that as you were turning around, some of the arrows went through the space you would have been if you were face onto them.
Fantastic.
Settle down, Neo.
And
When I'm done with you, you won't need to dodge arrows.
you see all the people who guided you through collapse to a man in front of you.
Damn it! I wanted to kill him.
You even saw arrows that looked like they're about to veer off just wide, just seem to glide back in and strike them.
Oh, guided arrows. God, those are nasty.
I like these guys already.
No. I know it's me what they are, but this character I don't.
So, Dimitri, you're up. You recognize these as being Azcan lands.
Yep. And last time I was here, the Azcan were enemy of the gnomes and the Hellbent, weren't they?
They're enemies of everyone.
But that's it, because there was the big slave uprising in that town, wasn't there, that the gnomes had created?
Enemies of everyone sounds like Plumman's people.
Well, that town that was created was wiped out.
Yeah, but that was actually in Azcan lands and it got wiped out by Azcans as well, didn't it?
No, it was on the edge of it. Got wiped out by a Haldenic sky fleet.
Yeah, that's right. And then they also there's a bit of
La 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 la.
Sorry. Jeremy, know what the rest of the stuff is.
Yeah.
Then I picked up a gnome and called him Stumpy. Yeah.
You did.
Yes. No relation.
Well, no, not halfling.
No.
So, did Dimitri manage to dive into some cover at all?
Yes, you dive off to the side into some cover.
Good.
Brave Sir Robin.
At this stage, he's going to delay.
Okay. And then the warriors take their action. They had a delayed action. They're ready to shoot. Okay, so they all ready their arrows and shoot off another wave of arrows at the elven bodies.
Elven bodies?
Mm-hmm.
There's
yeah,
no
all
kill.
the elves are dead now.
You're
dark
basically watching arrows fly past every...
The dark-skinned elves.
Thank you, that's what I wanted to say.
I said elven bodies, not living elves.
I'm just trying to get...
Yeah.
You do notice that they are particularly shooting at the Skadenhelfen.
There's no kill like overkill.
Okay.
So you're looking at about 20 arrows in every elf.
Ooh, pretty good skill set. Must have teach me something.
The Azcans are fine archers.
Oh, they are.
Well, they aren't the Azcans.
Yes.
And
Unless you're an elf, in which case they
after they make sure they're undead, one of them steps forward and asks, "Why do you travel with the Skadenhelfen?" To Blamid, who's obviously their leader.
Can you understand them?
You can, yes. Doesn't seem to be speaking Elvish though.
Because they were dumb enough to lead us in here.
Good, dead, he says as he spits at the ground.
They're only elves.
You can sort of hear him agree. The only good elf is a dead elf.
Not all elves, but those elves. Absolutely.
I don't know any other elf. Are there other elves? There's the elves that, oh, woe is me, the sky is wonderful, I'll stare at nothing.
Yeah, but they're kind of useful.
Not really, they do nothing.
Not really.
They just grieve and sit there and do nothing.
They heal.
Not really.
I know one that does.
You do? So should we chain them and use them as a hill monkey?
No. No.
Well, they're not much use for anything else, are they?
Yes, they are.
Such as?
They heal.
You said that already.
Exactly. They cook.
Would you trust something that a slave cook?
In this case, in the ones that I know, the very few that I know in life, yes.
Then we'll buy that slave from you.
No.
What would you like?
And it's not a slave. It's not a slave.
Well, it will be shortly if you want it to.
No.
We're more than happy to help you enslave her.
You can enslave those ones that you just shot at.
No, they're not going anywhere.
Exactly. Mine are. And they're not slaves. They're my friends.
You have an elven friend?
Yes.
You're a weird.
Yes.
You're sure you're a warrior?
Yes. I'll prove it if you want.
Okay.
His
We'll get our
eldest
best. We'll
friends
get
are
our
not
best
the ones
guy
you're thinking
to
of.
fight you. You see,
Do these guys understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, everyone
yeah.
understands what you're
cool.
saying, no matter
Oh,
what
are
language
we
you
in
say.
hearing range, are we?
You guys are there.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
hear.
okay.
And you see a little guy walk past that all the others just step to the side of.
I don't like that.
He basically steps with the sureness of experience. You can see he's covered in scars.
Funny you mentioned that. Uyghurs, I've just been doing some reading. Uyghurs, by the way, not Uyghurs. Uyghurs. Covered in scars.
Yep.
Yeah.
None of it looks ritual.
Preferably, yeah.
And he pulls out two really fine-looking daggers, gleaming.
Can I step in between for a second?
You can.
And I'll say, just so I understand, what are the rules of this fight?
He looks at you and says, "Rules."
Okay, I'll step back.
Me and Nasty will saunter closer, but we're not going to get involved.
And I'll raise my hand just to get as
Shut it!
You see the rest of them get on one knee and pull out their weapons, ready to come in if needed.
What?
I was gonna. Okay.
So you sort of see a gleam in their eyes as they're eager for battle and blood.
This is not going to be a one-on-one fight.
Okay, so he sort of just starts walking towards you.
Hang on, there's a little bit more diplomacy to
Yeah.
go from there. I just need to bloodlust.
Aren't you raging at the moment?
He is.
No, I would have fell out of rage quite a while ago.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just think, I don't think you can do diplomacy when you're raging.
It's every six. It's every. I've got to either attack or be attacked every 6 seconds, Jeremy.
Mm.
Yeah.
So the moment he started talking, it sort of broke.
All right, we're fighting.
Okay. So I will give you an
I
initiative.
really
against-
don't want to do it. I, the player, does not want to do this. All right.
But does it look like we're gonna end up
Oh fuck.
having to fight all these guys?
I think so.
I don't think so. Just don't.
7.
Just let
So
me
what is
die.
Panaema's initiative?
5.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
You know what? If that's the only 20 you get, I'm happy.
Probably won't be.
No, I won't. Fuck you.
Okay, so as you're getting ready to go with the, I'm resigned to this. He's right underneath you, coming up with daggers as you turn around with the how the fuck did he get here sort of
Yep.
look.
Mm-hmm.
So you're a bit off balance as he rips up with 2 blades at once.
Wow.
You can see him moving with the grace of a dancer. Okay, I just gotta check on
Settle down, Billy Elliot.
Stabby Elliot. Guess who isn't raged right now?
Guess if Brett was here to not to do this, but anyway.
Are you kidding me? Plumman is still on the murder high from thank you. The murder high from the giant that he killed.
So he has his first blow, dealing.
Stop it!
So he does 16. 22 points of damage with the first blow,
Holy crap!
I can do that.
and then he has
With
a
a
second.
dagger.
Has a second swipe, and that hits armor class 30.
Miss.
Miss.
No.
Okay, so he does 12 points of damage with that.
And it was a critical as well.
No, sorry, 16 points of damage. No, 12 points of damage with that. And he has a third attack, hitting more than 30.
Bloody hell!
Oh yeah. Plyman's gonna get done.
Dealing 16 points of damage with that one.
And
he has a fourth attack with the same blade.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting over 30.
That's 31.
Okay, so he almost does minimum damage of 9. And then he switches over to the other hand.
Jeez.
And he does get under 20. Sorry, he gets under 30. He gets a that is the 25.
That'll hit.
Okay, and that time he does 19 damage.
How do you look at?
One more.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Okay. So that's his first round.
Plyman is bleeding a lot.
So,
Oh, actually, I forgot. Each of them was with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Just seeing if any of them was a natural 20. Nope, none of them was a natural 20. Besides the first one.
so just confirming, what was the situation at the present time?
You have 47 warriors with their daggers ready to rush in at a moment's notice. One guy going toe-to-toe with Playman.
Just
Who-
stabbed him 5 times and has left him looking close to dead.
Like in the blink
Yep.
of an eye.
My HP is less than my AC.
Yeah.
Right. So, Rage,
Yep.
Well, Dimitri got 14 on initiative.
don't you dare.
So Dimitri gets to go first then. What is
Yeah.
Dimitri doing?
He's going to be having worked up and be thinking about, hang on, which magic's going to work in this place or not. He's going to be testing out Fireball. He hasn't tested out the Unbesarged before, but let's see how we go. He's hoping it's going to be like Firebolt, which just takes a bit more effort to make work.
Okay, so you
I'm assuming I'll do the Arcana roll.
Arcana roll.
Like a Firebolt.
Okay, so
Yep.
hey, just to interrupt you, Jeremy, I just
Yep.
want to make sure you have the whole picture here. Plyman said that he was a warrior, and then they said, all right, we'll get our best guy. And so they're fighting a duel. The other guys are looking for a reason to jump in, and you're going to cast Fireball.
Yep.
Cool. As long as you know the whole story.
Dimitri's got other back issues with these guys.
Plyman, if Plyman wasn't about to die, he would turn around and attack you.
So Jeremy, considering your character's been here before,
Yep.
things that your character does know is your magic is less effective on them in their lands.
Yes.
Your attacks are less effective on them in their lands. Their attacks and magic are more effective on you in their lands. They will always get advantage on attacking you. You'll always have disadvantage on attacking them.
Okay.
Is that the same for us?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyone attacking them on their lands
Right.
gets disadvantage.
It's the same for Plyman.
Which is why the arrows kept, changing direction and going, boom, 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 hitting their targets. Because they had advantage on every attack roll, no matter how far it was.
I imagine.
So is it also disadvantage then on the Arcana roll to try and get the spell off, or is that
Against
just
them, yes.
It is.
Yeah, because you've included them in the radius of effect.
Remember that time when Dimitri would go to Satipa Cave?
You wanted to play Star Wars, didn't you? So Arcana check 11, 18 was the minimum.
18. Okay, so the spell goes off. There is a huge boom sounding of ripping of the world. Sort of, it's not really the sort of fireball you're used to, but I do have a nice fireball spell. So a big sound of fire goes off. And
I'm imagining I'm within the radius of this fireball.
No. I'm not,
everyone's in the
I'm
radius of this
targeting
fireball.
the other people to.
So
try and
Jeremy,
actually-
you expect your fireball has a certain radius?
Yep.
It doesn't. It just goes on past your vision as an explosion.
Okay.
It basically
that's mine, it's
you
mine.
can see the
That makes
flame
sense.
just flying out.
You Good thing you didn't drink it then.
He was aiming for as much flashy effect as anything else.
So everyone gets to make a dexterity saving throw, I believe it is, versus your fireball.
Yeah.
With disadvantage.
So you mean it goes off at touch range instead of actually distance?
Well,
No, it does go off at a distance, but the radius is beyond your expectation.
Oh, it's much bigger than I expected.
Yep.
Right.
Hey, what's the DC?
I was aiming for the 40-odd Azcans standing at the back ready to go.
what's your spell DC?
Spell DC is 15.
I'm fine.
Yeah, is 15 the norm? That sounds right?
It is normally 10 plus proficiency plus your attribute modifier.
Well, 8 plus proficiency.
Sorry,
plus
8 plus,
modifier.
8 plus
Yeah,
proficiency.
so 15 works, yep.
Yep.
So,
So what'd you get it?
Both me and Nasty failed.
Passed, but I think I have the take no damage
From fire?
from...
evasion.
Yeah, that one. Hang on.
So Jeremy, would you like to roll twice for fire damage?
Take the least.
They take the least, you guys take the most.
Okay.
I passed at 15. So.
So how far away were the guys that were like the guys who were watching?
The guys who were watching were about 10-20 feet from the fight, ready to leap in if they need to. There was no room to maneuver in the fighting.
Yeah,
It was
no,
basically the circle of people around him,
So did everyone get hit, including them?
including them.
Okay.
Well.
You didn't roll a one?
No,
No.
him. Sorry.
Just checking because
I got a 9, so I failed.
Okay, 8d6.
you still take half damage.
I know, but it's just. All I was going to do is just healing back to health.
So you had cast that at a higher level.
No, I can only cast third level. Like I can't cast high level, so I've only got third level spell spectrum.
Yep.
Okay. 10, 20.
I do not
22
have
is one option. Ooh, that's nasty.
I'm down.
66.
And 36 is the other.
So what was the 36 for
22
one?
and 36.
Okay, so those of you who make your save take 18 fire damage. Those who don't make the save take 36 fire damage. Unless you've got evasion.
Don't have evasion.
And you seem to take out more than half of their numbers with your flame burst. Even if they make their save, they still get taken out.
God damn, that hurt. I'm down to 19.
Okay, and Blaeman's down.
How much are you down to Flamin?
Dead!
How much were you down?
I don't know how death works in 5e. I've never experienced
death
it.
means-
How many hit points were you on when you took the 36?
15. No, I didn't take 36. I did
18.
18. So
What were you on?
I was on 15 and I took 18
You're
damage.
still up and going.
Why?
Because I put an arcane ward on you.
So he took half the damage.
Well, no. I took a lot more damage than I would normally, but it takes 16 points of damage. The 2 points get through to you.
So you take 2 points of fire damage.
That's all he needed, didn't you?
So you're up now. The guy in front of you is. He looked like he was unharmed by the fire.
How much damage did you say I took?
2
Two?
points.
But you do see his blades now are wreathed in flame.
Great.
How far away are you, Jeremy?
I believe I'm off to the side because I was near the cannon entrance.
You do
but
see
just
him
stuck
standing
behind
up in a
cover.
bush with the singed hair back, bushes all around him burnt to the ground.
I'm looking for less than 40 feet.
I would. Well,
I'll put him in 35 feet.
I was going to say I would have thought I was in less than 40. Well, unless the size of the fireball was incredibly huge.
You can see there's a scorch mark from the center of your fireball out to about 300 feet.
I think I can save this.
Okay, that's a slightly more impressive blow than the effect on the fireball.
Science.
You're not sure you can get the effect again because you weren't in control of the spell. Once the spell went off,
I'm thinking to myself, that didn't. I expected to have to put some more effort into it. I guess I did.
So what would Playman like to do? You can see Dimitri just standing there with the finger out with the...
He looks to the guy who's just essentially murdered him in 6 seconds and says, "One moment, please." Turns around, runs at Dimitri, and very quietly whispers, "Play along," and knocks him over the head with the butt of his spontoon.
Spontaneous.
Does the guy attack of opportunity mean as I go?
No, he does not.
Good.
Well, so Dimitri's probably a bit surprised at the effect of the fireball anyway. So yeah, he can knock. He can drop.
Well, if you have an open drawer, it's easier.
Do whatever you want. Plumman then turns around ready to go back to the fight.
Okay, as you do that, you hear the sound of like a breath drawing in coming towards you. It gets louder like a gust of wind, but you don't see any wind anywhere. And they all sort of look up, and you see overhead, just above the lip of the bowl, a cloud gathering and darkening.
It's going to be the fucking bigger fish syndrome.
Inside it, you can see flashes of lightning.
It's called down on the spot where I have the firewood, you see, so I've attracted attention.
I take it we're mildly out of initiative?
You are currently out of initiative unless you want to rush back up and attack the guy.
No, Plyman approaches the guy, coughs out lots of blood, and nods at him.
As you start approaching him, the Azcan warriors scream at the strange phenomenon above them. And you see flashes of lightning outline their bones and veins. As you start moving towards the guy, you see lightning arc from this cloud into him and all the men around him.
What?
Is this going to go...
Your hair starts to rise the closer you get.
I don't know about you guys, but I've seen a lot of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I know what's about to happen next.
And
These
you
guys
see
are gonna
them
get giant.
basically fall to their knees, start screaming.
That's not what I was expecting from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Just want to say Mighty Morphin Power Rangers one more time.
Well, say it another time if you'd like.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
And you hear the nice little sounds of... over and over again.
Run around, grab Dimitri, book it.
We're going to...
And then as you turn around to
Dimitri's
grab
looking there with his eyes peeking, thinking, ooh, hang on.
Then as you turn around to
Well,
grab
after
Dimitri,
effect.
your eyes just get caught up in a flash of whiteness.
Racist.
Okay, well,
Green flame?
what would you like green flame instead?
Okay.
Blue flame, lightning,
You know,
in a flash of blue. Is that better for you?
That's racist towards Star Trek's Andorians.
I don't mind.
That's okay.
They got those little antenna things going anyway.
I guess they would attract the lightning.
And when your vision clears again, all the people you were fighting are laying on the ground, burnt to a crisp, bones sticking out of their skin peeling off the body.
even the big guy.
Apparently I still have some more practice down here for my magic.
The little guy.
I was like, look at that.
Plumman vomits some more blood.
Can I rush up to Plowman and just put my hands on him?
Okay, you rush up to Plowman and put your hands on him, and as you do that, you hear a low voice all around you, echoing off the walls. This sounds exactly like your own inner voice.
Someone worth talking to.
And the voice says, listen carefully. I will say this only once. No, I can't really help that one. LOLO fan. Listen very carefully. None born of the far world have breathed this air since I carved these mountains. None before you. And those you seek. Here kingdoms of your dusty past live again, and creatures you cannot know swim the oceans. Though powerful magic, we protect the weak. But now that magic is imperiled. This world and your world are imperiled by those you seek. And then lightning bolts strike around you all again, but not hitting you. There is a crash, and on the stone ball, 3 sharp dots appear like a little blast craters. And voice says, find them.
Well, that's descriptive.
Wait, hang on. 2 goblins came in here. I mean,
As
2
he said,
goblins came.
those we seek.
But they said no one had breathed the air.
And then the light sort of, the cloud dissipates at that point.
It doesn't make any sense. Stupid goblins came down here. They breathe the air.
Yes, I believe they're the 2 goblins and probably the ambassador from Glagtree are the 3 that we seek that he's marked out.
Yes, but
Of course, he obviously doesn't really know much because I've been here not so long ago.
who's going to save? They say we are first to breathe air when other freed morons come down here before. And didn't the 2 goblins already leave? The penny has not dropped.
Cure wounds
Yep.
at 3rd level.
At 3rd level? Sure.
Sure. Do I have to roll anything?
You make a small dent in my hit points pool.
Let me have a look at that one.
It's not for us, it's VS divination, I'm assuming.
I just have to look up the actual changes to the
Nasty Storm
magic.
can try and fix you.
Pass.
Oh, evocation, sorry.
It's an evocation.
It says 1 first level evocation, it says here.
Okay, give me a skill roll.
Skill roll.
Yep. And it's a religion. It's
So,
your
clerics
clerics
or
or it's a
wizard?
religion roll.
Religion roll?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's not good. Do you have any rerolls tonight?
You do. You have currently 9.
Take it.
I'll take it because
You have currently 8.
that was worse.
Can we reroll?
No.
Yeah. That's only 5 total. Religion.
5 up total. Okay. You pray to your god and he's not listening. No power comes forth.
Remember magical god.
No, I had certain magic, but I just didn't know.
Apparently, you know you got it right, but nothing happened. You feel
Magic
impotent.
works different down here. You got to work harder for it.
Okay.
But when you do, hey, look at the effect.
And while he's doing that, everyone else, you see that the sun is red, the colour of bricks. Jets of flame rise out of it and fall back. Around the sun, the sky is patchy brown and blue, with sheets of clouds curving up in strange patterns. Something floating off to your right. It looks like a mountain, and then you spot rivers flowing from it, over it, and you realise it is further away and much, much bigger than you thought. You could hold your entire home kingdom. No, you could hold your entire home kingdom. It's a continent floating in the air and casting a huge shadow to one side. You see mountains below you that stretch away and upward into a green haze.
So the question is, where's in here are these goblins and this human?
Dimitri's going to go down and look at the spots where the lightning formed to see where, hey,
Did you check out those daggers? Did you check out those daggers?
You should check out the daggers. I ain't touching them. The daggers. Plumman falls to the ground and has a brief nap. I'll need some D12s.
Okay, let me see. You fall to the ground and have a brief nap.
Yes.
How brief? Until sundown?
About a 10-minute nap, to be honest.
Are you telling that by the movement of the sun?
No, I'm telling it by the short rest rules.
I'm just asking you.
So short. I will follow suit with a short rest.
Sorry, a 1 hour. 1 hour nap.
Just let me think my face step back.
So you can tell it's currently midday.
I'm going to have a nap until I feel better.
Okay, so Jeremy, pretty much on that lip, you basically see the outline of the map I'm going to show you on the picture.
Nice.
You can see the upper portion of the
Still
world.
3 more to roll.
Yep.
Okay, so you see one mark is in the Azcan area. One is in a volcano volcanic area, and one of them is off in the island chain over here.
Okay, so the area in which the Azcans were gathered.
So you got one in that area there somewhere, and then one of them in the Azcan area, which I believe is in there.
Okay.
And the volcano area, I have to check to confirm, but I think it's somewhere in the core on the top.
Work it out. But yeah, so he basically had 3 lightning bolts strike the ground.
Yep. And you saw a map appear.
Oh, so the map wasn't there before.
It was not.
That'll do.
Right. Okay. And the lightning bolt could have indicated the locations.
Yep. And everyone.
And does it indicate exactly where we are?
No.
So that's what you are here.
Nope. I only hit it 3 times. And a voice returns in your head using your inner voice. This world and your far world coexist as the heart coexists within the body. All you see has lain beneath your feet all your lives, even all my life. Your world could no more survive without it than you could leave behind your beating heart. This must not pass. Find those you seek.
Yeah, all 3 of them, huh?
Can I internally, can I sort of say, who are you? Do we get a response?
No.
Good. That was okay.
You hear Barman snoring.
It depends. Do you respond to yourself? I am
I was going to say, obviously you know who you are.
You hear
It's
Barman
using your inner
snoring.
voice.
Snore.
You got Kiki. But I'm not talking about Kiki, I'm talking about the other person. I don't know that person. You got Kiki.
And yeah.
Here we go.
Apparently, no time has passed when you wake up after resting. It's still midday.
Inside is weird.
Yep.
Palmer gets up. He has a few bruises and scratches.
Okay.
I would,
Demetrius going to look.
in
So
what
the elves all had
completely defies logic.
necklaces on them, didn't they?
They did, yes.
Demetrius going to collect up the necklaces if that checks.
I'll search the bodies of the
Okay, you gather up them.
Well, it depends how much is left. And how much
You
is
do.
KFC.
What was that? Which ones are you going to look at?
the shadow elves or the elves.
The elves?
Yeah.
Okay, you look at the elves themselves. What do they have to give you?
I'm looking for anything that might refer back to our missing companions that we're trying to chase.
Okay.
Yeah, but not
For
to be
those of you who wish to know,
a party pooper here, but isn't Fireball notorious for destroying items?
Yes.
Possibly.
But a whole bunch of them still survived.
Okay.
Now the natives, yes, definitely, but I'm not sure about the dark.
The pincushions.
The pincushions, yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so the leader, she has the obsidian short sword and dagger, and a bowler.
Okay.
Bowler hat.
A string with 3 little weights on it.
That's cool.
Good for Trippy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so another of them has a longsword, which doesn't seem to be of the style of these people, a dagger, and a copper flask.
Copper flask, eh?
Mm-hmm. And the little kid has a short sword, blowgun, set of darts, and a
Very sore throat.
and a vial of liquid.
Out of all those, the only things I can use are the dagger and the darts.
Well, I was thinking maybe take the vials and
Well,
Dimitri's all going to pull out a pen and paper and do a bit of a rough map as to where we're best to go to the 3 locations.
how many darts
Yep.
are there?
There are 4,
4. Right, I'll give 2 to the miss and 2 to myself.
but they're for the blowgun.
Oh, they're with the blowgun.
Yeah, they're not
Oh.
real darts, they're blowgun darts.
Never mind.
You can take the blowgun as well.
I'm not proficient in it.
You proficient in martial weapons?
No.
I'll take one of the long swords.
You take there's only one longsword.
No, I'll take the long sword because
Mhm.
I'm proficient in long swords. I don't think anyone else really uses except for our big champion.
It is puny dagger.
And you go through anyone else?
I might just look over the natives, even though I see most of them are burned to crisp. So I don't expect anything to survive that. So
I might have a look at the
There's a
dagger.
question, yeah, did those daggers survive?
Looking over them, you do see that the leader himself has markings of a snake with bat wings, and that's actually ingrained in the obsidian daggers that seem to survive.
Is that a recognisable symbol?
Yes, you recognise it specifically with your previous religion role. They are the symbols of a champion of Xantiotl.
As Kiki goes to touch them, I'll point out that they may not suit you.
You might want to tell them why.
but he hasn't said why yet.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't said why.
He wants me to touch him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Because he's mean like that.
Try and lick it.
I will touch one.
You will touch one? What, the blade, the
I said
handle?
don't touch them.
You
Thank
said
you, don't
why?
reach
You got to explain more to Kiki. You should know this one, yeah?
So would you
You
touch the blade?
recognise the
The handle?
Zotiel?
Okay, you feel a pinprick.
Dimitri was actually calling before she went to touch it.
Give me a constitution saving throw.
Lick it.
I don't know very well. That's better.
Now, what was the worst of the results? Oh, so she should have been
Eight.
with disadvantage anyway.
Well,
So that means you didn't actually get the reroll on that one.
Well, can you get a reroll on the lesser roller?
Technically, no.
Roll 3 times and choose the second lowest.
Technically, it gives you advantage on the roll. So if you don't already have,
it should just be one roll then.
I
should be
can't
one roll,
advantage rather than reroll.
I got 8.
you got an 8. Okay, your finger starts burning. Nasty pipes up. I can fix that.
He actually can.
No. I keep away from nasty.
As you look at your hand, you can see black marks start to snake through your finger.
He will pull out his sword and attempt to cut that hand off.
I run away. So you come in close, I'm going to hit you and I go home and I
He knows what black hands mean.
So you come in close, I whack him with my mace.
Oh, nice. Murray's
Kiki,
back.
No,
you
hang on.
recognise the Xantiotl.
The Murrays were only running 3 services
well, I
a day
recognise-
each way. Now they're doing 10 each way.
Oh, good.
Kiki wouldn't recognise
Is that
it.
a week or day?
You'd have to have made a knowledge religion roll and actually roll decently.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
did recognise our followers of Xantiotl.
He knew
You
that-
didn't recognise how bad she was.
He knew
that
that.
was a name that everybody knew was bad.
So knew the name of the followers when they said the name for the elves, not for the
Absolutely,
humans.
no, that's right.
And it was one of the human weapons.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
he
no,
recognised
that's it. But Dimitri assumed that she'd also recognised the name, she'd recognised the symbol.
No.
The
Name, yes, no symbol. No.
obsidian
I rolled
elven
aim on the
dagger,
religion, I think. So.
was it the same symbol on that?
Yeah, that's what he's just picked up. That's what he's...
Oh, the elven one. I
The-
thought.
Oh no, he picked up the human.
The elves and the humans worship the same god and hate each other with a passion.
Oh, okay.
Can I
Yeah, nice.
cast lesser restoration?
So it's an amusing one where the god actually encourages the two races to attack each other in conflict.
I'm going to cast lesser restoration.
You cast lesser restoration. Okay. So let's see. That is a.
Religion check.
Yeah, they're doing
What
11
sort of spell
services
is
a
it?
day.
Oh, I've got more in there.
Yeah, that's really good.
What's the school? What's the school as well?
Yep.
Nice.
Abjuration?
It's an abjuration spell.
Second level. Yeah.
Oh, well, you might be okay.
Okay, so you cast your Lesser Restoration, and you can feel it fighting to come out, and you see a serpent with wings start to come out through your finger.
What?
Yeah, Nasty Stumpy is going to grab the hand and cut it off.
At least cut the finger off.
I'd try. I'd like to fight this. Right?
So is anyone going to assist Nasty or assist your healer?
Dimitri will hold back Nasty on the idea that she appears to have expelled it.
Okay, you see about 4 different serpents come out of your finger and fly off.
What?
Don't let them touch you.
Have I taken any damage yet?
No, I just hurt like hell.
No. I just thought I'd ask, why. Yeah, yes, cool. Oh no, I've taken damage from Dimitri, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Dimitri might not be holding you back after all.
No. You would see Kiki turn around and you've seen a look on her face you've never seen before of pure anger at Dimitri for hurting her with a fireball, but that's another.
With that windswept hair backwards and off to the
Dimitri's
side.
currently helping Kiki.
I know, but it's a bit of a...
And Dimitri's the one that told you not to touch the dagger.
Yes, I go, oh, that's why. Okay, I understand now. Thank you, Dimitri. I will not touch anything anymore. Okay.
Are you sure it's
So-
okay? Like, I can still cut it off?
No, it feels fine now. No more. It's all
Can I
good. It's
cast,
working.
So how many of you been down here before? Any?
Not this character, no.
So what do you want to cast?
I wanted to cast Ray of Frost on one of the little serpent thingies that were flying away.
Okay, what sort of spell is it?
It's Frost.
No, but
Yeah,
what
but
school
what school?
is it?
Is it
Oh, school.
evocation?
This is the fun bit.
I would
Evocation.
expect it's evocation.
Yeah.
You're
Is
gonna
it
have
an
to roll.
evocation spell?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a what's your sorcerer, so an Arcana roll.
Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, fuck's sake. Can I re-roll that?
Yep.
Well, you're not
Is it supposed to be
disadvantaged,
advantage, disadvantage?
This one he's fine because he's not attacking the natives.
have you?
Whereas the spell of the
That's much
dagger
better.
was
That's
native in
a-
origin.
Arcana, that's 15.
15, your spell goes off, but it strains and it hurts.
Okay, how much do I hurt?
You don't take any damage, it just hurts.
Oh, okay.
You can't hurt without taking damage.
You'd expect it would normally.
Yeah. Okay. Did I hit one of the snake things?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
He just passed right through it.
Oh, shit.
And I keep saying, Nasty, I'm okay. Nasty, I'm okay now.
Are you sure?
I'm sore. I'm okay.
So whilst we're
I do ask, have you got to put
effectively
that head
stopping
down?
for at least an hour or so for a short rest,
I think so.
Dimitri will
I thought we did that
set up an
already.
alarm spell via ritual
Mm-hmm.
with DC 15 on his Arcana check.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's an abjuration spell, so it may not need an Arcana check.
It's okay. Your spell goes off.
Yeah. And so basically you set up the alarm spell, so we go there.
So
And then-
who's taking
so-
watch until sunset?
So, so Dimitri is asking, has anyone been down here before?
No.
No.
Now,
No.
you're not in Karameikos anymore.
Okay.
I meant to say Kansas is
Gathered
what
that
my
much.
That's,
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Dorothy.
Yeah. You even get sass from Kiki for that one too. Yeah.
So I'm guessing the question means you have Dimitri.
Yes, and unfortunately, as I said, when I was going to go back again when we went earlier, I thought that, at least we'll get to explore a different area this time, and somehow come out in virtually the same place. A whole world to explore and come out in the same bloody place.
So you've been down before with... Who else was down here before with you?
I was down here with other colleagues. But yes, so this place, as the voice said, it's almost a preserved our world and the history of our world.
It's inside out.
It is the inside of the world, yes. And it contains remnants and relics of all the races that have ever existed on our world above us.
Almost all.
Well, from Dimitri's perspective, effectively all. He hasn't seen any that doesn't exist yet.
What's the point of... What is the point?
For example, the warriors that we were just facing, ancient ancestors of the Akuritan clans, amongst others. And yes, they all worship the winged serpent, as mentioned there.
Yeah, I'm still looking at my hand going, what the hell? Okay.
You do have a bruise in your hand in the shape of the winged serpent on the back of your hand.
I make sure my gloves on, I don't shoot.
You may notice that magic acts differently down here.
Yes, I noticed I couldn't heal
Be
someone,
prepared.
but I could restore myself.
So what's the
Also-
go with... How does magic work differently here?
Yeah, well, basically, different parts of magic will work differently. Some go off rather impressively. Others will be much more difficult to cause any effect at all, and some almost impossible to cause an effect.
And
Do you know which is which?
I could explain the details of it if you're happy to get said. He'll start going into in-depth detail about magical theory and processes and...
I think maybe I'll go back to sleep.
so things that he learned from last time he was here was that abjuration magic appears to double in effect
Okay, so
from the spells they have used so far.
Yes.
Summoning of creatures doesn't really work.
Summoning of anything doesn't work. Dimensional movement doesn't normally work. Creating something from nothing does not work. Enhancing what's there seems to work.
Enhancing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, because lesser restoration is abjuration.
Yeah, abjuration, yeah, it's a good...
Yeah.
That's why I said you probably for mindful
this
effect.
one.
So, Stefan, which that
That's too
means
fast.
is you have used your face step until you leave this world.
Wait, what?
You don't get your face step back. You gave it to Flayman for that one use.
Thanks, man.
Oh, okay.
So
You managed to pull your face step from the outer world with you in here, and there's no more left.
Yeesh. Okay.
so abjuration doubles, summoning, dimensional movement, creation from nothing doesn't work. and-
Divination and communication spells do not work here.
Divination and communication. Okay.
That's all the spells that they are in the divination. Divination, detection, and communication spells don't work here. So they aren't able to detect things or see things.
Evocation, you have to kind of...
Under enchantment, charms, compulsions, and holding spells do not work.
What?
Under evocation, energy attacks are unknown and require a skill check to successfully use. If you roll a 1 on the skill check, you permanently forget the spell.
But apparently they can also be quite impressively affected.
Yes,
If you do get it off.
they can be impressively affected, but if you roll a 1 on the skill check, you burn it out of your memory.
So with mine, it was more a god thing more than an actual spell, right? Don't know.
If you rolled a 1, you would lose it completely.
I know, but because I rolled a religion instead of a wisdom check.
It's the same thing.
Same thing.
It's the check. The check is Arcana for sorcerers and wizards, Religion for clerics and paladins, Nature for druids and rangers, and History for bards and warlocks. So that spell that you rolled a 1 on,
I didn't roll one, but yeah.
if you rolled a 1 on it, you wouldn't know the spell anymore.
So before evocation, you were saying something about charm.
So under enchantments,
Enchantment school,
charms.
charms, compulsions, and holding spells don't work.
Yep.
What about enchantments?
All this is if you use your phone and look on the blog under the Gazetta section, they have the inner world link in the menu, and it has it all in there.
And admittedly, the bits where there's a lack of information, Dimitri will fill in some random stuff to make it sound impressive.
It's actually
He knows
amazingly,
everything.
that is all of it there. And basically, you cannot learn new spells down here unless you learn it from a person. Unless you learn it from a written source.
So is this off the blog?
This is on the blog. it is the Inner World page, which you can find under the Gazzetta, under the Hollow World link.
Yep.
Yeah. Because actually it's a Hollow World setting, but they refer to it as the Inner World.
And so the Metro then further go on and talk about the fact that, well, not much point waiting here till nightfall, because it's going to be a bloody long time to wait, because that sun in the middle there, that doesn't move ever.
And
I find it so hard to navigate your side. I wouldn't have a clue where to look.
Okay, so at the
There's
menu,
a link to Hollow World, just
Yeah,
go that.
Gazetteer.
so if you go into menu for D&D, there's a Gazetteer. Go into
Yeah.
Gazetteer.
Yep.
And unfortunately, you're going to have to scroll down to the bottom of it, because there will be a menu that has the Gazetteer with a whole bunch of links under it. Unfortunately, for the web view, browser view, you can see it onto the side. For the mobile phone, that takes it and puts it at the bottom,
Okay, yeah.
which makes it slightly different. So you got to scroll to the bottom of it. I did have it the other way around, but people were complaining about too many links. So after you see a list of all the Gazettas, you'll see a Gazetta heading in black with a whole bunch of links after it, and it's a Hollow World link. It's off to the side as a small thing for people to find, not as a in-your-face thing at this stage, because you hadn't been here yet.
Rachel has, but he didn't care about spells.
But this gives you the chance to learn from Dimitri and find out all about.
He's happy
everything
to
here.
tell you all his knowledge, or at least some of his knowledge. Obviously, he hasn't got time to tell you all his knowledge.
So based on what, because it says here necromancy unknown at this time.
Yep.
Based on what I felt with my cantrip, can I assume that it's not possible?
Some necromancy doesn't work.
Right.
You're not sure what.
Okay.
You think that.
But Dimitri wouldn't have said necromancy unknown faces. Death spells, not advisable.
Yeah.
Because, hey, he's not going to admit ignorance.
And then the other thing he will tell you about is that the culture is more important in the region than you'd expect. So basically, a rude hut built in a culture that uses rude huts will stand longer than a stone pyramid. The stone pyramid will collapse with decay in a space of a few months, whereas that crude hut will live forever.
Yeah, because, as I said, this is a preserved terrarium of all different cultures, so anything that belongs lasts forever, anything that doesn't decays quickly. It also means that even if the guy's wearing a loincloth, you're going to find a bloody hard to hit,
So
and
question.
he's going to hit you everywhere with his stone dagger.
This is a good one.
Yep.
Channel Divinity.
Mhm.
It's not a spell as such as a religious thing.
You're going to be channeling your god's power.
Can your god reach into here?
Is there a religion check still, is it?
The gods still have influence in here, just not all the gods necessarily.
Okay,
act
you
here
go
all
to
the
channel
time.
divinity, but there is no divine to channel.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought. This is the kind of thing you got to
You sort of sit there and go, I'm going to channel.
Because of this, because of
God's
smiling,
not listening at the moment. All the God provided power.
Have you banished me, Father, Son?
But you've been having trouble calling your god for the last few days.
I know, but I thought he might, you might have had a day off. I don't know. These things happen, So I'm okay because I'm glad I've written down every spell in School for Lords of Spells. Well, at least lesser restoration works.
But yeah, so apparently, whilst we have come back in the same place, we've got more opportunity to explore this time because we've got to go to 3 different places if we're going to catch up with the Brethren and the.
So what level was your lesser
What's the
restoration? Is
name?
that a level 2 spell?
Hang on.
I made sure that because I know where you've heard. So I assume that everything's still bit, yeah.
You've got 2 countering things here. You said here enchantments don't work, but in here it says enchantments seem to work with the spellcasting roll.
Yes, but they, as far as they did with some of their checking, that was what they. It was it was the evocation spells work with the spellcasting roll, not the enchantment.
Because you got to remember this list
Because
was
evocation
developed.
had the spellcasting check.
Oh.
They hadn't, all the enchantments had failed.
And the point is that this list was developed by the previous party
We've tried
that
it out.
had
Right. Okay.
a range of magic casters in it, but not necessarily. They didn't try and cast everything.
Yeah.
They had
And also,
no
we were lower level too, so our ability to actually succeed on certain checks.
So we don't actually know about enchantments yet.
none of their enchantments worked. They never had one enchantment work.
Oh. Okay.
They tried enchantments. They don't know about necromancy because they didn't have any necromancy spells.
No, we had a druid and a cleric.
And arcane wizard and a bard.
Technically, we had a variety of spellcasters,
Yeah,
but again, we were low level, and our chances of succeeding on spellcasting checks was reduced, and we didn't know whether or not, hey, if you cast a check, did that mean it failed or didn't fail, or we weren't necessarily entirely certain what the DC was at the time either. So.
And it has been 2 years since Jeremy was here.
Right.
So, now you begin to understand why Demetri was happy to start crawling back again when he missed the taxi.
If Bradshaw was there, he would have done the same thing. Honestly, he would have gone on not again, and it's like
So, divination, detection, and communication spells don't work. Message is a transmutation cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone tried it?
I don't think I haven't, so I can't.
I thought we might have tried it last time, did we? I can't remember.
Well, I don't know if we would have, because I don't know if we had much.
They didn't have that level of spell. Message, the actual message spell, or
Short
It's a cantrip.
Also message. No, they didn't have message. No one had it.
Yeah.
It's pretty kind of. They were level.
You were level 6.
Level 6 were pretty low.
You're a level 8 now, so.
Yeah, that's not too low.
If you remember, it was actually in the very first campaigning process, which actually got to a higher level than any other campaigns, any other people campaigns got to. So.
So you rest for a time, and I'll give each of you a perception roll, except for Jeremy, who knows what's happening.
23.
Okay.
Much less than that.
Okay, Kiki can make an insight roll now.
Are
You
we
should be
all
good at that.
doing this, or just?
You get the perception roll and see what you
Oh,
see if you actually notice
15.
something. Okay, I'll give you an insight roll as well. You just made the roll.
That's actually one of the better odds too.
You can use a reroll on it.
Because that's better. That's 19.
Okay, so without Dimitri having to tell you, you realise that the floating islands of stone in the air seem to be moving with time. And you might be able to tell the passing of time by being able to know their movement.
Okay.
And you do realise first the elven woman saying something about something floating by the continents.
Okay. Dimitri, do you know how to work out time in this place at all?
Well, as I said, the sun is always midday, because it
Yes.
never moves. And we're
Okay.
underneath it. No matter where you are in the world, you're underneath it. But those continents floating past, they do float at a fairly regular pace.
Okay. Like they're orbiting a.
Like they're going around the sun.
Okay.
Or we're going around them. One of the two.
Okay. Okay. Now. It's going to be fun.
Generally speaking, as you wander around, you'll find each of the native civilizations tend to have their own sense of daily cycle.
And Dimitri's able to describe the world in that sort of shape.
Okay.
So each of the civilizations will have their own diurnal cycle.
Because that is
And,
definitely what the world looks like. A red glow in the centre, and a surface on the inside and the outside.
Yeah. Okay.
And apparently, way too many tunnels and holes that lead to this particular spot.
It's just amusing that they picked this as the entry point both times.
Yeah.
Unless we don't have any gnomes to pick up this time.
Just wait.
I want Nasty to have a gnome this time, man.
What, you mean you want him to have the gnome barista?
No, not the gnome barista. Just the Jeremy knows this. We had a gnome. We had no arms and no legs, and I had to carry my back as a warrior. Originally, when we were down here last time. We called him Stumpy. And so when Nasty Stumpy started, I'm going off. Oh no, here we go again. That's like that.
Okay, so Jeremy, do you want to start leading them to the closest of those marks that you believe is?
Yeah, so seemingly we're going to have to try and chase down all three of them this time. The closest is apparently not too far from here because it is within the Azcan lands. How far are we from the elven forest with the elm?
Okay.
Because I certainly want to go back by there too. When we
So-
get going on.
Can you see where the finger is on the
Yep.
picture? That's where they are.
Okay.
And you should be somewhere in this mountain range.
Yep. Okay.
So I'm thinking somewhere about here.
Certainly, at least on going towards one of the other two locations, that'll be on the way.
Last time you were in this area here and came up that way.
Yep.
And you pretty much stopped about there. You didn't go
Yeah.
much further than that when you got your ride out. So you sort of skipped most of the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was something that it's one way making Demetrius will turn around and start heading down again. So I thought, well, hey, it'll be an opportunity to see more of it this time.
Okay.
So yes, I suspect you'll find that, as I say, the Azcans generally very hostile. Whatever it is that the Brethren are doing down here, if the Winged Serpent is involved, it is likely that it is worth opposing.
Trying to clean it while Nasty's not looking.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so as you
I
start
don't
leading
know
them that
any
way.
other way out of here at this present time anyway, so just trust me, it's a hell of a lot longer walk up than it was down.
Well, up is towards the sun.
So,
Because you can feel the gravity pulling you down.
yes, I know. Dimitri chose his words specifically and carefully.
Okay, the mountains rise in ranks into the distance. You almost sink to the horizon, but there is no horizon here. The mountains give way to expanse of pure, deep green. Where the features of the landscape vanish into a hazy air, you can just make out a great city. As you spot the city, a creature rears up above it, white as a ghost, large as a continent. It rises like a thick rope. It's a snake. It dwarfs the mountain in front of you. You see every scale clearly. Then it stretches out a pair of giant wings. Bare fangs of skin, bare flaps of skin like dragon wings. The winged snake opens its mouth, exposing shiny white fangs. And even here, hundreds of miles away, you hear a distant hiss. And then it rises from the city towards the sun, causing it casts no shadow, but the creature disappears into the blinding red light overhead. And you think you are hundreds of miles between here and the city.
And as I said, it's the close one.
And you see perfectly, it basically mimics exactly the shape on the back of your hand.
I go on the slide, just keep an eye on Nasty Jump to make sure he doesn't get in the direction. I look.
The shape of the thing moves on your hand as it moves.
Did people heal up, etc., or anything like that during the short rest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to use 2 hit dice.
Well, you could take a long rest and give everyone back their hit dice.
Well, I mean, like I say, to me, there's certainly no reason to push out immediately.
No.
It's a long way to go.
Long rest.
There's not a particular time limit as far as we're aware. Obviously, it needs to be done, but it is appropriate to be prepared as possible because, trust me, everything out there is to our disadvantage because we're not local.
Yeah, back to 4.
So, are we taking a long rest?
Yeah.
Okay. You take a long rest in the hot midday sun.
Oh no, we're still in the cave.
Well, you head back to the cave.
I was going to say, to make the point that it's the other advantage of doing it before we leave, because hey, there's actually darkness available to sleep in.
Yeah.
I
You also know that most of the people of this world are afraid of darkness because darkness is the only place where the undead thrive.
Yep. But that's also superstitious because hey, it's never dark otherwise.
Oh no, they do have floating continents that move slow enough for an entire undead army to walk beneath it.
True.
So they fear the floating continents as well.
I will open my bottle of wine, taste it.
That's water. Nice, fresh, pure water.
That's okay.
Don't waste it.
No, I have a little sip of water,
Mm-hmm.
and I put a little bit of cheese that I bought from the last shop before we came in here. I taste the cheese. The cheese okay?
Cheese tastes fine.
Okay, at least something's okay. I tried a little prayer to my God to say, I know you can't give me now, be back soon. I really need you, I'll let you know. Okay.
Leave a message after the Amen.
Beep, beep, beep.
You mean you go, man. So yes, you leave a message for your phone. Give me a religion roll.
Feeling?
13. Yeah, you seem to do a fairly good, decent message.
The other thing, of course,
Not
taking
too
a
insulting.
long rest, you may want to think about, if you're getting prepared spellcasters, you may want to think about your spell list again on what will work and what won't work.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I am going to keep a couple of healing spells and just have to wing it, but
Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo that another time because
yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Well, we're not prepared, so we're just whatever we have memorised is what we
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're kind of a little bit more screwed in a way.
Yeah, I'm really screwed.
It's alright, I could roll the dice because about 3 or 4 of my spells, of my 9 that I know are necromancy ones, I could see what happens.
Yeah, but 80% of mine are either charms or enchantments.
Right.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can't really go charmed, I'm sure, anymore.
Yep.
So I've got Shield of Faith, Lesser Restoration, Dispel Magic, Banishment, and Death Ward. I know that'll work. So.
You're not sure banishment will work here.
What do you reckon?
Evocation.
Yeah, that's it.
No.
But it's a banishment's a dimensional related spell, so
And they weren't using the inaugurations.
What did we say for evocation? It needs a roll.
Evocation is a roll.
So what they figured out was communication, teleportation,
And if crit fail, you lose the spell.
changing things from what it was meant to be,
Crit fail.
weren't really working too well.
As the only non-spellcaster, I can tell you this has been a very boring conversation.
Trust me. When I was only fighter there, and I was sitting there going, I don't care.
Don't wanna risk
Everyone else
that.
is trying to work things
Yeah.
out.
No,
and
that
it's
was
like I'm
the
going,
dimension
yeah.
tried
Cross that
to
off.
involve Plyman with the idea that, hey, even if they're wearing a loincloth and carrying a stone dagger,
One.
they're
per
still
person.
stronger, faster, tougher, and harder than you.
But on the bright side, you'll still be able to use your speak with animals.
One of the ones I think is interesting is prestidigitation, because most of that won't work, except the part where you can clean things. That bit will work well.
I expect my clothes washed every day.
I wash it with the fresh urine of the horse. I feel better now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that also said.
Well, you can dirty things as well.
Actually, Plyman will attempt to speak with animals and attempt to find some bugs or literally anything. And the only thing he wants to know is, are there horses here?
Not as far as you can see.
Were there any bugs? To
Don't
talk
watch
to?
any bugs.
Did Dimitri actually see the Dino Riders when we were down here?
Yes, you
I know
did.
he- Did we?
You
Okay.
did.
I'm going to ride a fucking dinosaur.
Oh, no, guys, I was saying.
He's also going to try and find an intact bow.
Okay, so all the bows here have been struck by lightning.
Grab a handful of arrows if they're still around.
You have some. You bring up a handful, and they just crumble around you. They've both also been struck by it. Whatever struck the person literally burned
What
everything.
about
to a
all
crisp.
the arrows that were in the now headless woman?
You can cut them all out. So look, you get back 10 arrows.
What about the other elves?
You cut out and get 10 arrows from each elf.
Cool. Thanks.
Well,
Now I just need a bow.
isn't it?
Your longbow's still okay. You won't strike
My longbow is on my horse, which is
Not here.
not here. Oh, thanks.
I can lend you my longbow.
Probably never going to use it, but it pays to have them.
I know.
Okay, so as you rest, Jeremy.
Yep.
You have a vision
Mm-hmm.
when you close your eyes. You see.
Yelm's got coming to say to me.
You see something that looks like the Azcan Empire, where you'd never actually been. Standing on top of one of the biggest pyramids you've ever seen is a huge black mirror with a guy you know to be some sort of Aztec king standing amongst gold. And amongst the gold is this big black mirror.
And so the Aztec king is worshipping, creating, using the mirror.
He just seems to be dancing around it.
Now, if he wants it, it's probably got to be gone then.
One cantrip, one level 1 spell. That's all I can do. Fuck me sideways.
You can try the other stuff.
You can try the other spells.
I can, but then I'm going to risk losing them for some of them.
That's why you wait for the rerolls.
Okay, so well, everyone's getting up and ready to do stuff.
At least we've got a double
You're
one.
admiring the colours of this world with these vivid reds. So much more vivid than your own. Suddenly a new colour falls over everything you see. An ugly,
What,
pale
Madonna?
shade of orange.
Yeah, but that means you're ace.
That's
When you see the colour,
That's
you feel
decent.
strange. Why are you wasting your time looking for a caravan? You could be
Actually, I
piling
don't
up
know
loot
how
for
it
yourselves. There are any number
I
of
imagine
people
with
out
W,
there
that's
with heavy
modified.
purses and contemptible lives. Put them out of their misery. Then there's this place, untouched, unexplored. Where are the mines? There must be tons of gold and silver in the ground for someone bold enough to find them. Why, you could, and then just like that, the feeling passes.
Hey, counter spells. Double.
I can stop other people casting magic.
So,
when they
everyone
can't
gets
cast
to
magic.
make a
Probably the best thing ever.
wisdom saving throw.
Wow.
18.
Oh, hang on.
21 for Dimitri.
Yep, I use it.
So what
Can I take the
were,
bet on the chicken? Or?
Yes.
what were we rolling it for? Sorry?
Wisdom saving
I was
throw.
13.
To see whether you get affected by the feelings of opportunity in this world.
Is it a charm?
It is not an enchantment.
So it's not an enchantment or a charm?
It's a compulsion.
Compulsion. Okay. That's... Yeah, no, that's
It's
fine.
a wisdom,
Wisdom, yes.
so that's 14 for nasty. And 9 for me.
Okay, so those of you who got under 15 start feeling like the need to gather gold and resources is far more important than following these goblin princes in the caravan.
How did I pass that?
I know.
Because that's exactly what Plowman thinks.
Yeah, apparently you're too, you know,
Well, the point is, Plumber can still think that. He's just not compelled to think it.
yeah, you don't feel compelled to do so.
I'm going to gather some sticks.
Who
Sorceress
failed?
loves sticks.
Who failed? I got that bitch's stick. Bitches love sticks.
Okay. Maybe I need to get that, that coffee business.
Check
going.
out these sticks, guys. They're amazing.
I like sticks. You can turn them into arrows.
No, but we need them for the fire.
I like fire.
fire stick arrows.
I like that. Fire stick arrow.
I don't like where this is going.
What if the days had a town we can raid?
Damn, that's good idea.
Yeah.
Jeremy, did you fail?
No, you got 21.
Did you fail?
So, I reckon we should figure out what sort of mercenary gigs are available.
Damn, did you guys just like... I love this. This is excellent.
Yeah, I can make some money in the society as well. We can do the other stuff later. It's all good.
Oh, this doesn't feel right, though. It is my every dream come true.
We can check mercenary guilds after we collect
Oh,
enough sticks.
God, I look at Dimitri. This doesn't feel right, my friend. I'm happy, but something's wrong.
What are you doing? You'd be collecting
Well,
sticks.
we are in
for
the Hollow World.
Yeah, I know, but this isn't you.
No, if you collect sticks, you're going to run out of money to pay me to help you collect sticks.
Immortals.
This is what it feels
I
like
could
to be in the
pay
Hollow
you
World.
with sticks.
Red light.
It's just sticks, though.
Money.
I guess springtime doesn't work down here.
What time?
Spring.
Spring.
Yeah, no,
Considering
yeah.
how generous and kind.
Something's not right, my friend. You're a magic guy. Fix it. Make it fix. Hey, morons.
So after
isn't
about
you.
6 minutes of feeling this, the feeling just fades away.
Oh. Yeah, we should go after these goblin people. Come on, let's go.
Hey,
Hey, let's go.
Hey! Morons. You don't chase money. It's not you.
Pirates?
First of all, quest. You guys like doing right
If
things.
he's going to pay us and not run out of money to pay us, then we'll help with the quest.
Yeah,
you
I
two.
have the
Yeah, actually,
funding.
I can let those two go. You. It's not right. You saw what happened, right?
No, hang on. Who needed these sticks?
You.
No, I didn't. Who asked me to get these sticks?
No, I didn't ask you nothing.
you were getting sticks all on your own, mate.
It's true.
For what, a fire?
Yes?
Yep.
You specifically mentioned sticks and fire.
Oh, well, that's logical, I guess.
I am guessing that you were under the effects
That is what
of
the native
spell.
is like.
Whose?
I don't know.
So, Jeremy, for you.
You were chasing money and sticks or something. I don't get... I mean, I'm all for
Oh,
it.
goody.
I mean, fire, gold. Personally, I'm all for it. It makes sense.
I'm just going to throw my sticks on the fire.
But you guys are dumb. And you want to do the thing about the Goblin Prince. Whatever. That's what you need to do, and you guys are chasing gold. What the
Well,
hell?
to be honest, that's what you're paying us for, and the sooner we do that, the sooner we can get out of here.
Completely agree. This place sucks.
Well, that's
There's no
true.
horses anywhere.
They do ride giant beasts of dinosaurs.
Clever
quite
girl.
impressive. I believe they even take out your fine stallion.
Never. That could never happen.
You wait see.
Not if they were above ground. My horses would run fast.
Oh, some of the mounts can run very fast indeed.
I would shoot them.
Okay, give me
Takes a lot to
a
take it out.
deception roll while you're saying that.
14.
Okay, you can see a white streak passing off in the distance, just flying faster than you can imagine possible.
Well, that's not natural.
And you can hear a scream of the air around it.
Gotcha.
Well, it's more like a roar of thunder.
Oh, goody, the hell they're still here.
They never left.
Well, no, they can't.
Make a wish.
All you can see is basically a stream of white behind it as it's going wherever it is.
Okay.
But imagine looking up at the contrails of a plane.
Yeah, anyway, that's horrifying. You morons, you want to do the questy goblin thing. I want gold, but don't... Like, there's got to be some sort of... We can't do that again.
You're paying us.
We're going to have a
Yeah,
proper
I'm
demarcation
still
once
paying.
party
I'm just trying to think what the hell these sticks
I'm
are
the
doing
greedy
here,
one.
but it's fine.
Yeah, Blair Witch tell you to go get stick and make a stupid little thing and
Well,
light on fire or something.
Which witch asked me to collect
Yeah,
sticks?
the Wicked Witch of the West, I don't know. I don't
well,
care.
this
West
witch can have
don't
a stick up
exist.
her twitch, so let's go find her and knock her out.
Oh, well, I'm okay with this. I mean, this sounds more like something that you wouldn't do, but okay, let's go.
But you were so nice last week.
Yes, well, no one makes me collect sticks for no reason. If I'm going to collect sticks, it's on my own terms.
Damn. Maybe spring is over. Anyway,
Still looks like spring.
let's go find this stupid prince. Maybe kill them too.
Don't worry,
Clever
I have
girl.
a spring in my step for him.
So Jeremy, you think you have about 60 miles of mountain peaks across,
This would be
Yep.
much faster.
and another 20 miles of grassy hills before you actually reach your destination.
Yep.
What is our destination, Dimitri?
So we're aiming for the Azcan city where one of the princes or Miss whatever her name was, the Galantrian diplomat, has apparently travelled.
So we're
Just
going
over the
towards
hill,
the snake.
across the dale.
Yep, you're going towards where that snake rose up out of the sky and went into the sun.
You're not exactly
It
inspiring
looked like it
confidence
was
here.
several hundred miles away. But
I'm kind of, because this hand has the shield on him, I'm very hiding this kind of thing that I've got in my out of sight of certain nasty stuff. So. Yeah.
If little Miss sees it, she'll just smile. She won't say anything.
No,
She don't care.
no. It's nasty, I'm worried about it. I've heard of his reputation, so yeah.
Well, he did also just have to be held back from cutting your hand off.
Yes, that's true.
So
I'm going to cut your hand off. What? We had to do that with another colleague and he didn't make it out alive.
Okay.
Nasty's like, hey, I didn't kill him. I helped him. I saved his life.
It's a bit of a, I don't know, there's two people involved in that one. Yeah. I wasn't there, so I don't know. So, yeah.
Okay, so if you'd like to fight some dinosaurs along the way, we can stop it there for the night.
Fucking yes!
So I can get you appropriate monsters for the trip.
Would you like to
Well,
find
so-
dinosaurs?
So you can collect some mounts.
And we will start next session with a dino fight.
Wait, they're animals.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. You
Beasts.
can collect
actually.
mounts.
On one hand, I have no problem fighting dinosaurs. On the other hand, I have 2 spells!
It's alright, I got this.
It's alright.
I don't think I can
I've got a
counterspell a
bonus spell
dinosaur
that
to
goes.
death.
It's like, it tries to roar, it's like...
Well, Martin,
Yep.
as we start out, Dimitri's going to be casting a ritual before we leave of Phantom Steed, so he could have a horse for at least half an hour.
Okay, you go to cast
You're
Phantom
a-
Steed and nothing appears.
Suck shit.
Yeah.
Black hole appears. Oh, we're all screwed.
The ritual finishes and nothing happens.
Yeah. Well, we are now more protected for the journey.
That's fine.
So, what happens to my mage armor?
Your mage armor. You cast it.
Yeah.
So as long as you're not fighting
Dinosaur.
a native, it works. If you're fighting a native in their land, it's as if it's not there.
Horse. The
okay.
dinosaur becomes a
but-
barbarian.
What happens if I'm not fighting a native?
So
Because it's
if you're the native, then it's more effective.
So, does that mean the dex modifier is double?
Well, I'm not a native
Then it's,
anyway.
I send
then
a
it's-
let-
then it's a normal thing as long as you're not fighting the native of the land with it.
I
Right.
send a
Or
letter
might
to the
be
local
better.
government
Right.
informing them that I have moved here.
That's very confusing.
I wouldn't suggest that.
Okay, so
It is possible.
aturation
You can undergo a ritual to
Isn't
become a
double.
native.
isn't
But it-
double.
No thanks.
But it does last twice as long.
Well, okay, so that's what the double
Ah,
effect is. It
right.
lasts twice as long.
Okay.
So when they were doing the we'll walk for as long as mage armor lasts, they were walking for 16 hours.
Velociraptor.
They found that out the hard way. You remember that?
I do remember that, yeah.
They were using the abjuration spell mage armor as their timer, and they were walking for 16 hours.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I do remember that, yes. That didn't go as well as you thought it would have
No,
gone.
I thought it was
I thought it was
fabulous.
fabulous too. I didn't get. I was worried. I didn't get. It's like, yeah.
But it didn't go down too well for the party that rules were different in this world.
Where did you get the
Well,
sheets
that party
from, by the
sucks.
way?
Yeah, it was interesting.
The ones you've got there. Because
A
I
lot
love
of-
the
lot
one
of
that has
few
the
murder
armor
hobos
and
in
stuff
that
as
group,
well.
so, yeah.
I think everyone but you was a murder hobo
that's
at the
right,
end.
yeah.
Yeah, but
and
even-
Jeremy.
If you play a proper murder hobo, you can
I,
still play an effective murder hobo.
Emrys
Like,
printed them
and let's
for
face
me.
it, playing a
But
murder
he's
hobo
got-
down here fine because you don't actually kill anything permanently anyway.
He's got
Well,
the,
I don't know that.
the electronic
Spoilers.
copy of it. So
Well, you can't wipe a
you'll be able to
culture
get
out.
the electronic copy of it if you
Are
want.
they?
I mean,
the
challenge
more they
accepted.
The
Yeah,
more of them
so
you kill,
it's-
the stronger the rest of them get.
Fucking hell,
God,
Hydra.
you can't read it on this.
That's what I
It's all
I've
good.
got to send you my thing for
I was
next
just
Wednesday night.
curious,
Exactly the words I used as well, so to make sure I've got it right in my head.
but I could ask Emrys to see if he could send it to me.
Yeah, it's got a watermark on
I
it.
totally
Wizards
forgot you
of
had
the
that set
Coast
up really. I was
watermark
like,
on
oh,
it.
shit.
Okay.
I just can't read it on this paper.
Okay, I should have just done it.
And
So,
there's
Martin,
three of them.
Yep.
The
That's
reason I was
cool, I
thinking
like
that Phantasmal Horse
The
might
only
actually
thing is it
still be,
hasn't
or
got,
Phantom Horse might still be
a spells
effective,
page.
Yep.
is it gets an illusion
Oh,
spell.
okay.
It's just those three.
So it's not even half effect. It's not actually a summoning spell
Yeah,
or
I
a
don't know if that's
conjuration.
just because that's the one.
It gets an illusion of the horse.
I was a
Okay.
spellcaster
So let me have a quick look.
Where did you get it from?
Let me have a quick look. It might actually still go off then.
Thing somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting for my books to transfer, right?
So
I'm just
assuming
remembering
they'll
all
be
the
able
actual
to use
things.
it just
Yeah,
like
Okay,
that's
so
Yeah, yeah.
okay, yeah, so it does only last for half an hour.
Yeah.
And it goes for about half the speed it normally does.
Yeah.
So yes, he does have a horse that looks translucent.
You're a baby back bitch. I hate you.
But it only
Oh,
goes as
so you
fast
do
as
actually
people
have
walk
a
anyway,
horse
so...
Yeah, but it only goes as fast as you walk because it's being slowed down. Because illusion spells are half as effective here.
Still.
Like, very-
Anyway, thank you very much, guys.
All good, Jeremy.
We'll look forward to Dino's next session where you can get a wheel mount.
So that's roughly what those serpentine coming out of your fingers look like.
Have we finished recording?
Well, I'm going to stop the recording at this point. See you later, Jeremy.
Good night, all. Thanks very
See you,
much.
Jeremy.
See you,
Thanks
Jeremy.
next week or the week
Good night.
after.